Check that out. Next box. Case is horrible. Next box. PS2. PS2. Next box. Ben 10. American Idol. Birds of Steel. Two people here, but I don't know who you are because I can't see you. Let me know who's in here. Two people. Two, Vincent, one. I'm just sorting video games, seeing if there's anything I haven't seen or missed in value. Hey, what's up, Lori, Karen, and Mr. Kittenville? I'm just sitting here cleaning my office, trying to get some of this crap out of here. And I decided while I'm doing it, I'll just go live. And I'm going through an old box of video games I tried to sell at a yard sale. Now I got to figure out what's in it. Maybe there's some value I overlooked. So, what's going on, everybody? I know what you're doing, Karen, because you just got home and sold a house, I assume. Me and JT just got through cutting another record, so that'll air tomorrow. You did sell it? You got them one? Good deal. Good deal. That's awesome. That is awesome. Possum? Oh, some PS3 games. I love PS3 games. Wow. $285,000. How'd they afford that? Man. I guess being a store manager of a grocery store pays a really good. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, that's a good one. Benjamin Button, 7, Troy, and Babel, Brad Pitt. I didn't even realize that DVDs was in there, so I might just have to hold on to that one. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day. Sorry, folks, I'm picking up a DVD. You started in on encyclopedias today. You mean like encyclopedias like you're selling encyclopedias? Hello, Selling Tennessee. Thank you for coming in. This is an unscheduled live. I'm just going through video games to see if there's anything I have that I don't know of value. And decided I'd go live while I was doing it. Of course, you know what happens when people go live and they say, I'm going to list, or they usually don't do any of that. They end up talking, and I like to pay attention to my chat, so I definitely won't be good at it. But since there's only 2 or 3 people in here, maybe I can. I don't plan on listing anyway. I'm just going to go through here and see if there's anything of value in my old box of discs and stuff. How's the weather in Tennessee? Did it get any better? Because I know y'all had some, I know Mike, East Kentucky Picker, I haven't seen him in a while, and I know he got a big ice storm. And I'm hoping things get better. How about a Sony? Those are pretty good. Get the listing. Yeah, I haven't listed anything today. Yes, his brother showed up. That's in our video tomorrow. And apparently he only eats half the Cheetos that his brother did. So, anyway, if you haven't seen my video today, you would understand that if you saw it. And so you started on encyclopedias the first full day at the office in 1 week and a half. Oh, because of the weather. Yeah, I've got, if y'all saw my video today, I wasn't real happy. And I know it's not USPS, but because of the weather, I've got customers already coming at me. This is worse than Christmas because I've got a lot of stuff that isn't accounted for, and I scan every package every day at the post office. And I even got a neutral on my feedback today because it hadn't delivered. So eBay, I did contact them, and they will take it off once it delivers because it wasn't my fault. I shipped it the very next day after they bought it. So I ship fast, and that's one of my only, that's a thing I do with religion. And, oh well, it is what it is. But that person didn't even contact me. And of all things, it was a Joseph figure from the nativity set. And I'm thinking, okay, the analogy of that doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, it is what it is. So what have I sold? And I've got some sales, not a ton of sales today. And I'm still waiting on payment. People pay. 40s. I'll take 40s. Of course, we got in the 60s today, and we're going to get in the 60s tomorrow. And then back to the 40s and then 50s. I'll take 50s over minus 14 actual temperature any day. Last week was rough. But luckily no bursted pipes. Only one backup of a washer, which stunk in itself, but it is what it is. Hey, Ray, what's going on out there? And for that Monopoly game, they refunded the buyer for non-delivery. Good. Yeah. If it delivers, I can prove it, and eBay's going to refund them. But I just don't like letting people keep stuff that I've already refunded them money for. But I'm worried because I've got a lot of packages that are out there that have not, that don't show anything other than processing through. Yeah, me too. Spring is my favorite time of the year. Some people it's fall. Some love summer. Some love winter. I don't know who, unless you live in the Arctic. But I love spring. Spring's my favorite because of the birds and the flowers and the fresh grass, and you get to start mowing the grass for the whole summer. But I got a John Deere, so sometimes I even wear a John Deere cap. But I got a shout out tonight. If y'all haven't seen Kevin Commonwealth Flipper's channel, he shouted me out today because I bought something from him. And I appreciate Kevin. He's done that more than once for me. And I'm closing in on 700 subscribers. And when I get there, I'm giving away some stuff. And again, you'll see that tomorrow in the video. If I get there, and let me see where I'm at right now. And I'll be live on Wednesday night on my channel with Miss Angie Resales. And I hope that Mike East Kentucky Picker gets back up soon. I'm at 697, folks. 697. Closing in on that number. Woo! Yay! I'm so happy. I'll be really happy when I get to 1,000. That's my goal. After that, I'm not going to make a big fuss about subscribers. But I want to hit the goal. You set goals in life, and I want to hit that one. And once I do, who knows? Selling Tennessee. I was out this afternoon by Mud Boots trying to show houses. There you go. Selling Tennessee, isn't that Kathy? Am I incorrect in saying that? I hope I'm right. But if I'm wrong, I apologize. But yeah, Karen showed a house tonight, $285,000. Sounds like she sold it. And Cindy, I was close. Starts with a C. Forgive me, Cindy. Wait a minute, Cindy Lauper? Cindy Lauper. I didn't know she was watching my stuff. Cindy Lauper. Girls just gotta have fun. The Cap Guy's kind of a smart aleck, isn't he? Thinks he's funny, but he's not. JT's the funny one in the group. Oh. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm just messing around here trying to sort through some stuff and try to get this room cleared. And we're going to start having community yard sales at the end of this month if the weather holds up. Everly would like what? Oh, not that Cindy. Okay. I don't know if you dye your hair and bounce around in England. So yeah, I was a young early 20s in the 50s or in the 80s. I mean, my teenage years were the 70s, but I do love the 80s and I love 80s music a lot. Yes, Cyndi Lauper. Yes, Cyndi Lauper had some pretty good hits. And I was listening to Pet Shop Boys a little while ago, and matter of fact, my song tomorrow is a Pet Shop Boys song, so y'all tune in. And of course, we always change our songs up. So Pet Shop Boys is JT and the Cap Guys song. But you'll know what one it is. Not that we can sing and make it sound like it, but hey. Anyway, so 9 people in here. Rain, what's going on in your world? I see Kittville's doing encyclopedias. Lori. Man Mountain Lake. Holy smoke, Man Mountain. Hang on a minute, folks. You got the Egyptian pharaoh in the house with the cats. Man Mountain Link's also in Tennessee, Cindy. I don't know. You're in Eastern Tennessee, and I think he's more central. So, well, they want to know, Cindy, they want to know what it feels like during those times, I guess. I would love to have a cabin when it's rainy or snowy. Some are almost in new condition in summer. Do encyclopedias still sell, Kittenville? Hey, Danny, welcome to the channel, buddy. This is just an unscheduled live. I'm in here. Maybe I could call John Cincinnati Picker and see if he wants a bunch of video games. I'm just going through and seeing if I got an old box of old ones that weren't of high value and seeing if there's anything in there that might have changed in value. I think my favorite games to sell are PS3s just because they're always in such good shape. You're not looking for a house? I know you're not looking for a house, MML. Oh, there you go. And give Karen a referral. Karen loves those referrals. She's like, yeah. She contacts people all the time. So if Karen knows of anybody, y'all need to connect, because if Karen knows anybody moving to Tennessee, she can get a referral from you, and if you know anybody coming to Oklahoma, vice versa. Middle Tennessee? Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that, Ray. I didn't know you were in Middle Tennessee. Then you're near the Man Mountain Lake. You better be careful. You better be careful. And, yeah, wow. 13 people in here. Who else is in here that ain't announced themselves? This is an unscheduled chat. And I'm just, yeah, I know. Ray, it ain't that funny, Ray. If you're near MML, he's got a lot of cats. Hey, Miss Journey, what's going on? You've got the looks. I've got the brains. Let's make lots of money. I know she'll know who that is, right, Journey? You'll know who that is. Tennessee in the house. Man, is this the Tennessee channel? Oh, anyway. All my domiciles have had wheels at some point in their lives. Wow, you know how many times I've never heard that word domicile except in the trucking industry. Wow, I didn't know other people knew that. One in trucking. NGA Flipper, what's going on? Appreciate you coming into the channel. This is an unscheduled live. I just decided to jump on here, and I keep track. Thanks, Butterfly. Pet Shop Boys. Okay, there you go. Wow. Yeah, again, this is an unscheduled. I just decided to come on. I'm in here cleaning this office. It's hard to move around, and I keep saying I'm not going to declutter my office, but I end up doing it, and the video games kind of overwhelm me, and I'm still working through them. And I haven't listed anything today. Just hadn't been in the mood. And I'm worried about a lot of packages that are delayed going across the country. It seems worse than Christmas because of the ice. So I'm hoping tomorrow I get a lot of updates on my packages, because I shipped a lot last week, and I've got packages back to the 13th that don't show much. So there you go. Yeah, and I was a little jealous, Butterfly, Carol, when I saw you out there yard selling, and I saw the sun shining, which it does all the time in Arizona. And I'm thinking, man, I'd love to be in Arizona yard selling when it's the sun shining after the week we had last week. So, but we had some sun day. Actually, we've had it for a few days, but today got the 60s, and I'm tickled about that. So, yeah, man. So tomorrow we'll be putting out a new song, and yeah, and I do my scanning, and they're showing scan, and they show processed through Oklahoma City, but they don't show departing. Well, some show departing and some don't. So I don't know what that means, but I've already got a neutral from somebody because they hadn't delivered and they didn't even contact me. And eBay will remove it, they said, once it delivers. And then I got another guy's asking me about a delivery in Florida, like, hey, there's no weather issues here. Okay, well, the truck's got to go through the south to get there. For those of you that didn't hear, if you weren't in here from the beginning, Kevin Commonwealth Flipper shouted me out on his channel tonight. I appreciate him always. He's a good friend, and I did buy something from him, and it was one of these. And if you watch his channel, you've seen it in the video for a while now, and I ended up making him an offer, and he took it. So I'm going to throw it back there for a little bit and see if I can get some money for it. And it is a famous country band, although I'm not a huge fan of the band, but it is what it is, and it's the only one on eBay like it. So I think it could sell for some pretty good money down the road. But he shouted me out, and I've gained some new subscribers as a result. And I just got another one. I am sitting at, I gotta look. Now, $6.97, $6.98. So, yeah, paid endorsement. Yeah, I like those. And, thank you, NJ Flipper. I appreciate that. Kevin's a good guy, and I bought a few things from him, but I like Kevin a lot. And he's a good family man and a good guy from California. And, of course, he lives in Virginia. But, yeah, I bought something from him. And, again, if you watch the channel, you'll know what I bought from him. And that's why I'm trying to get you to watch his channel. So, when I get to 700, which I may hit tonight, I don't know. You never know with YouTube algorithms. But I'm going to be giving away some TheCapGuy ball caps that are sitting over here. Over here. I get turned around this stupid thing. And yes, I still have your address, MML. And then I'm going to give away a Rugrats watch, which I bought from Shed Flips. Lonnie, I bought 2 of them. I'm going to give one of them away. And then I may give something away in my store, like I did when Chuck Backroad Bidder won. So, yes, I have an Enaman. I had the golf one that he gave me to give away on my channel. And then I have one that I bought a long time ago from him up here on the shelf in front of me. And then I also bought an ornament Enaman, which is rare. It's only about that big. And he had them, but he sold out of them so fast. And I didn't get my hands on one. So I went out and bought one. And it's a little bitty one. But it's a Christmas ornament one. And that one's worth a little bit more. And I think it's only going to get more because of Kevin and the way he's kind of made this thing famous. And his Enaman are worth a lot of money now. I just saw he was selling some for $100 for stickers and a mug and a first edition mug and Enaman. So, hey, Dad Keller, welcome. And anyway, so yeah, at some point I'm going to sell this, or I may give it away. Who knows? Maybe when I get to 1,000. But yeah, I appreciate Kevin a lot, and he's probably of all the channels. I know other people, Cincinnati Pickers, done a little bit of a thing, and Lonnie has Shed Flips, Garage Flips, but yeah. Kevin's shouted me out more than any other big channel. So, and some of them never have. So, and the way I feel about channels is if they support my channel, I support theirs. If they don't, I don't. And small channels, I support a lot. I try to help small channels grow because I know how hard it has been for me to grow as a channel. And I've been doing videos daily for a little over a year, since February of a year ago. And I'm just now about to hit 700. So, and I have over 4,500 watch hours. So hours are not my issue. It's just getting that other 300 subs. And Danny, if you're still here, you know how hard that is. And MML definitely knows because he's been doing videos longer, but he doesn't put them out daily. So, but I love Man Mountain Link's videos, and if y'all haven't checked out Man Mountain Link, go check him out and subscribe to him too. See, I help everybody. I'm not afraid of other channels. There's a lot of YouTube out there, a lot of channels. Yes. And it's hard to get views and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying, I have no shame. So y'all seen my videos the last couple of days. You know what I'll do. I'll do anything. If I have to dance in the snow in a thong, I'll do it. But y'all don't want to see that, I promise. Hey, Maggie Doodle. And I just have fun. And at my age, which will be 62 in April, I don't care. I sing in the thrift stores. When I'm in Goodwill and they playing that music, that's why I don't film in there, because their music's so loud, but a lot of times it's 80s, and I know the songs, so I'm singing. And people walk by me, and I'm singing, and they look at me, and I don't care, because I don't care. You only live your life once. You got to live it, and I live it. I don't care. So, yeah. Maggie Diddle, yeah, that's a visual you don't want. I'm trying to say that, yes, Carol, it is hard. And there's so many times that I almost quit, and I actually made it a point in some of my videos. If you go back months ago when I was at, 200 subs, and people that follow me, the people that have religiously followed me, other than close friends that know me, people like Miss Journey and Lissa and Man Mountain Link have been with me since the beginning, and they have supported me and asked me not to quit. And I know Man Mountain Link's had his issues with it. It's hard. And some people, I've heard other people, and I won't mention names, but people have said, well, big channels shout you out and you blow up. There's people that have blown up in a month to 300 subs, and they don't have any good content. Well, that's just part of it. It's going to happen. It's like when people say you would only be a YouTube channel and popular because people buy a lot of stuff from you. You know what? However you get your sales is how you get your sales. You can't begrudge anybody else, but there are a ton of channels on YouTube that do this, and I try to be different. That's why I have JT. And JT wasn't with me in the beginning. I found him at Goodwill. And so he hasn't always been with me, and the only thing I do say is I try to have fun and entertain, and I try to be transparent, and I tell you everything I buy and everything I sell, good and bad, and what I made off of it. So when you see that item, you kind of remember, and you kind of know, yeah. And there's still a lot of things like jeans and stuff. I'm not going to pick up jeans anymore unless they're vintage Levi, Rock Revival, Tommy Hilfiger, or vintage Tommy Hilfiger, or Rockies, women's country, 80s country pants. That kind of stuff I'll pick up. Rest after that, I don't want to know that stuff. So, yeah, I thrifted a co-host. That's correct. JT is my puppet, and if you watch my videos, you'll see I found him at Goodwill, and I actually paid about $25. He cost half of what I cost. When I was born in a hospital that was a Salvation Army hospital, and my mom said her uncle paid for me. It was $50. and because my mom didn't have any money, and most of our lives we didn't have any money. So I'm a Salvation Army kid, and he's a Goodwill kid, so we go together because we thrift store kids. And I don't mind telling my personal business either, because I lived a pretty rough life as a child as far as being poor. But me and my three brothers, my mom had 4 boys at 23, and was a union meat wrapper finally when I was a teenager for Safeway. And then they closed in Texas, and she ended up working for some lower grocery stores. Didn't make a lot of money, but we grew up in trailer parks most of our lives, but none of us ever went to prison, and 3 of us served our country. So she did a pretty good job, and she lives about 2 blocks from me now. So, yeah, and I just sold a pair tonight, but they were only $28.50, and she hadn't paid me yet. So if they don't sell, I'm going back. They're going back up. The 4th one was free. No, but I'll tell you a funny story about that. My mom had 4 boys, and when Darren was born, my youngest brother, she told him to take him back. She wanted a girl. And so she tells that story. I told her, take them back. I don't want them. I want a girl. But she didn't get a girl. So anyway. Hey, Marrakesh. Oh, Marrakesh. That's a song. Hey, K&D Flips. What's up, buddy? And yeah, and I always haven't had an Instagram. Instagram's actually pretty new to me. I've had a TikTok for a while, and if you find me on TikTok and go back to my early TikTok videos, and Carol will be looking now because I know you're on TikTok. I danced, and that was back when I was still working at UPS. I'm retired from UPS in sales, for those of you who don't know that. And UPS Freight, which is no longer UPS Freight. Now it's TFI or something, some Canadian company. They bought, UPS sold us about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So now I'm retired and doing eBay full time. Killing me. Who was a little nuts? Who was a little nuts, MML? A candy bar wrapper. Okay. You mean like Lucy? Except they were trying to keep up with them and put them in their mouths. Her and Lucy and God, what was her friend's name? Lucy. Come on, somebody, help me out here. Lucy, Fred, Ethel. Yeah, never mind. Don't look, Ethel. It was too late. She'd already got a layup. My mind just works in different directions. Clearance shelf. Okay. 5 boys. Wow. Wow. Yeah, and what's funny is I ended up having 3 girls. So, yeah, don't look, Ethel. It was too late. I actually did that in the 70s when it was popular, running around in your birthday suit. Laverne and Shirley, Dan Keller. I remember them too. What was it? Shwallow, something like that. Incorporated the beer in Wisconsin. She makes gas now. I appreciate everybody coming in here. Like I said, it was unscheduled. I appreciate those of you that came over from Commonwealth Flippers. Shout out tonight. And I always appreciate Kevin, like I said earlier. He's a great guy, and he shouted me out more than once because I've bought some stuff from him. But other than that, we do communicate a little bit, and we're all busy in our lives, and it's hard. But I do try to support a lot of the channels. I probably support his and Lonnie's and John Cincinnati Pickers the most of the big channels. But on the small side, I try to watch as many of those as I can because I really want to help other channels grow. Not that I'm big by any means, because I'm not. But I enjoy doing it. And if you go back and watch, for those of you that haven't seen my videos, go backwards. Today's wasn't that great, but go back before today's. And I try to entertain, and me and JT will do anything, tell jokes, laugh, pick on each other, sing and dance. It's kind of hard to dance and sing at the same time when you're holding a puppet, but Lonnie's the king of holding the camera and walking around, but not me. And anyway, I was in here just working on my office and cleaning up some stuff and going through some old video games and seeing if I had anything of value that I'd overlooked, and I decided to go live. And like I said, I've got all the hours I need. I just need the subscribers. So I'm trying to get to 1,000. But right now I'm trying to get 700. And if you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate you subscribing. And if you have a channel, let me know, and I will subscribe to you as well, because I do that. And I also go live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central. And I rotate with another reseller or YouTuber named Angie Resales channel. She lives in Florida. And tonight, or Wednesday night, it'll be on my channel at 7. And any channels that come in and want to drop links, we will get people to subscribe to you. And vice versa. We hope you subscribe to us. And yes, I do agree with you, Mr. K&D. I do like them. It doesn't mean that the big channels know more than the smaller channel people. Some people are better at presenting what they do, and they're better editors and better videographers and stuff like that. But as far as picking, I won't get into names because I don't believe in talking about people when they're not here. But there are a couple channels that are pretty good size that I don't think know how to pick their nose, but they're good at what they do with the YouTube channel. So, hey, it is what it is. Now, for those that know how to pick, and some people pick in lots and SKUs and all that, however you make the money, if it works for you, I'm good with it. What works for me, and kicks me a lot of times is because I pick one at a time and I learn as I go, and I have for years. When I started, it was sports jerseys, and I know a lot about sports jerseys, and I've learned a lot about ball caps, but it's not the only thing I sell. And for those of you who don't know, again, I have 3,600 plus items on eBay. So a lot more than most of the big channels do. There's a couple that have more than I do, like Gemini Thrift. She has like 6,800 items on eBay. But anyway, whatever works for you. But the more things you do list, the harder it is to keep up with. And listing, and the other thing that I've been doing a lot for those of you that are resellers, I've been messing with the eBay algorithm, and I've talked about it in my videos, and it does work, but it doesn't seem to work for long from what I'm finding out. And I did tell somebody yesterday or 2 days ago on Instagram to do it. She was a single mother of 2 kids trying to make it. And I told her to tweak the algorithm if she had a store, and she did. And today she shouted me out on Instagram because she had a lot of sales yesterday as a result. And basically what I'm trying to tell you to do is, hey, Reselling Roller Coaster, I've been on eBay since 2004, but I've been full-time for only about a year and a half. This was my first full year, 2020, and I did just under 98,000 in sales. But I work 7 days a week at this, folks, and I make a video every day too. No, I did not hire a lister. I do it all myself. I don't let anybody else list. I'm kind of like Lonnie. I had a hard time having other people in my stuff. Now I get help from Karen with organization and stuff on weekends, but as far as don't be saying that Sooner stuff there, MML. I'm a Longhorn. I live in Oklahoma, but I'm a Longhorn. I'm from Austin, Texas. But yeah, I do have a lot of listings, and it is you got to have a skewing system if you do have that many items. I got stupid when I first went full time, and I got into clothing, and I have a lot of Ralph Lauren polo and jeans, which I won't be buying. I would suggest buying clothing like polos and stuff in bigger sizes, like 3X, 4X, 5X, because those will sell, and because they're hard to find. And when I was a 4X, we're 2X now, but a couple of years ago I weighed 60 pounds. Well, I've gained some of that back. I lost 60 pounds and went to a 2X. Anyway, back to what I was saying about algorithm. What I've been doing is I had my store for a long time. I have 3,600 items, so I had about half of it at 1%, and I just left it there. And my sales were kind of and then they go slow. Because I try to make 150 profit a day. That's just a goal I set a long time ago, and I'm happy when I hit that goal. Some days I make a lot more, and some days I make less. So what I did was I saw Jimmy Old School Flips talk about the promoted listings, and I was like, I don't know about that. Well, I did it. I put everything in my store at 4%, and within a day, my sales took off like a rocket. And for about 2 weeks, they were going. Well, then they slowed down. So then I pulled everything down from 4% and went to 3%. And guess what? Within a half a day, they took off again for about a week and a half. So then I did it again to 2.5. Then this last, just Thursday or Friday, my sales were slow, and we're dealing with weather too. And I went to 2, and I haven't been listing heavily. I was listing 150 a week. Now I've been doing like 30 a week. But I did 2.2%. It doesn't matter what the percentage is. For some reason, the way I see this, and I'm still trying to figure this algorithm out, but as soon as I did the 2.2, within half a day, again, the last few days, my sales have taken off again. So for the time period that we're in, which is a slow period, we'll get better in March. So if you have a store and you want to try it, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything, because if it doesn't sell, you're not paying the promoted listings. But it doesn't matter what the percentage is. Just try it. Take your whole store, except for, I do everything, and I've got some valuable stuff in there too, and put it on a percentage, 2.5, 3.5, and within a day, your sales should spike. And it'll go for about a week and a half, and then I watch the eBay algorithm, and it'll start declining. And then I'll take everything back down and put it right back up at another percentage, and it does it again. And it's happened. I think only once has it not happened the way I wanted it to, but try it. Hey, Luis, what's up, my friend? Hey, Sandy, welcome. I'm talking about but yeah, try it out, folks. And if it works, please let me know, because I really like helping people, and I want you to let me know if it helped you. This single mother, I don't know where she lives, but she said she did it, and she shouted me out on Instagram today and said it worked. And so she thanked me for it. And that's what I'm here for. If I can help your sales increase, I want my sales to be good. So I want yours to be good. And just like Luis, we're a good community where we help each other. And he's very, very, very welcoming in his channel. And I appreciate him as well. Yes, I do. I just do the whole thing, Carol. I throw it all up there and just run it at a percentage. And oh wow, I don't know what you're selling, Ray, but I don't have any gold that I'm selling. Oh wow, 90. That's good. That's good. A lot of shipping. So again, you know, it doesn't mean that it's going to be all big items. It could be little items too, but smalls make up profit. And I have a saying on my channel: sales are sales, profits profit. And that's what we're here for. So it does work. Oh, there you go. See, Sandy changes it all the time. So those of you who don't do it and you got a store, check. I mean, you can do promoted listings if you don't have a store, but you got to do them one at a time. But electronics. And see, that's something I'm trying to get away from, Ray. I've got like combo DVD, VCR stuff, and I just VHS, but I hate messing with it. And I hate testing that stuff. An NFL safe management security jacket. You know what I would tell you to do, Cindy, if it was me, and anybody else wants to jump in here, they can. What I would do is run it on an auction, because if there's not another one out there like it, run it on an auction, set it at a price that you'd be comfortable with to make enough profit, and start it there. And don't start it at 99 cents or anything like that. I don't do that stuff, especially on stuff that I know has got some value. And then run it. I do sell a lot of, like 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs, Giants, starter jackets, vintage, logo athletic, that type of stuff. And those sell for pretty good money. Anywhere from, some of them could sell for $150, but I would definitely run that on an auction. If it's not on eBay and I don't know the value, it's going on an auction, but I'm not starting it too cheap. I would say start it at about $49.99. I don't know what you got in cost of goods in it, but if you've got $5 or something in it, start at $49.99 and see where it goes. That's what I would suggest, Cindy. Yeah, and I also run sales. I have 900 plus items on sale, and it's anywhere from 15 to 20%. And then I also send offers constantly, and I do get a lot of people that accept offers. But then I get lowball offers, like I'll have it for 18, and I'll send them an offer for 17 on a Michael Jordan medal today, or a coin, and he comes back at 10, and I'm like, no. Well, what's your bottom? 17. That's my bottom. I sent you the offer. I'm not coming back down. And I've got $5 invested in the coin, so it's not a lot of profit. So I'm not giving it away. I'd rather keep the Michael Jordan coin. So there you go. And maybe that's my problem, is I like to keep too much stuff if I don't feel like I'm getting enough for it. Yes, bulk edit your listings. It's the quickest, easiest way. Because when you take a store down that has 3,600 items, you're not doing that stuff individually. It's hard enough when you run a sale of 500 items at a time. It takes me a good hour and a half to run 500 item sale, because I got to sit there and pick the items. And you got to be careful when you're doing those not to do the ones that have free shipping. So, truckloads. Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't got into that, but I don't have the space for it. I almost bought a shed this year. And after the IRS got through with me just this weekend and I saw what I'm going to pay in taxes, I was like, yeah, I probably should have bought that shed. Yeah, we've talked about doing storage lockers and stuff, but I've got so much already. I've got a death pile already, and I've got so many sourcing opportunities by me with the bins and with the amount of yard sales that are in central Oklahoma and statewide sales. And I really enjoy going to the country, getting out in the country and going to little town sales. that's where I find the vintage ball caps and some of the vintage toys and things, and you know, stuff that's related. Hood ornaments that are in barns that have been there since the 50s, things like that. So I really like that. And if y'all don't go in, I don't know where all of you live, but in Oklahoma, they have a lot of community sales in the little towns. So I like to go to those and hit those little towns. And we went to one last year in Corn, Oklahoma. That's correct. That's a town. And there's 500 people there. And you would have thought they were filming the movie Twister in that little town. There was probably 500 people out yard selling. There were 30 yard sales in a town of 500 people. And I found some vintage Barbie doll houses and ball caps and things. And it was fantastic. So, yes, and I sold all of them. And almost every one of them went to California. Because places like Arizona and California, because of the weather and the fact that they don't rust, they have a lot of the muscle cars out there, and they love them out there because they don't rust out there in the western part of the United States. Corn fans. Rented mules don't last long around here. You need a mule just to take your packages out to the mailbox, MML. For those of you who don't know MML, check out Man Mountain Lake's channel. He hangs his packages in a bag on his mailbox. And I asked him, hey, Linda, how are you? And, yeah, don't blink or you'll miss it. But they got a little restaurant that has the greatest cinnamon rolls. Anyway, MML, I asked him, I said, dude, you leave your packages, some of them high value, hanging off your mailbox by the road? He goes, yeah, because everybody within 2 miles of me is a relative. And we all hunt a lot. So the connotation is you're going to get shot. And I think, I know, I've seen Deliverance. I know what it's like there. Don't take offense to that, Cindy. I'm just kidding. Or Ray. Beaumont. Yeah. Corn fans. MML. Yeah, Journey MML. He's something else. Ain't he? You saw what he wrote to me in the video I put out today, all the things he wants to see. I'm doing shout outs right now with JT. If you've got grandkids or children or a significant other or something you want JT to sing happy birthday or anniversary to, or just to say hi to, my granddaughter loves it and Karen's granddaughter loves it. So he'll shout them out, and that way if they're watching, they get to see their name and let me know, send me a message, and I would be more than happy to do it. Cinnamon rolls. I did eat a couple cinnamon rolls, actually. Kevin Commonwealth Picker sent me a message, and I'm trying to. I'm going to tell him I'm live and talking about him. See if he gets on here. Would y'all like to see Kevin on here? So, yeah. Nothing in Corn. Yeah, and on the way there, I was thinking, we're driving an hour and a half to go to a town of 500 people. There can't be much there. Cornbread fed, yeah. And you know what's funny is if you go back and watch the video, the first yard sale we went to was a farm, and they had a toilet seat on top of a John Deere tractor because the seat had rusted out, and they put a toilet seat on top of it. And I took a video clip of it and put it in my video, and I thought, now you know you're in Corn, Oklahoma when there's a toilet seat sitting on a John Deere tractor. So, but that part of the state is known for peanuts and cotton and things like that. And it's not far from where my family homesteaded during the second land run in southwest Oklahoma. There he is. Well, heck, it's not even 10 o'clock there, old man. You're younger than me. Hey, Gino, welcome to the channel, and welcome, Kevin. Kevin, thank you again for the shout out. And I appreciate you. I really do. And not just because I bought something from you. I appreciate you as a guy, as a person, even though you're from California. And there's a bunch of people in here that came to me from you, and I appreciate you again for that reason, Kevin. And let me see where I'm at currently, if I've made 700 yet. 698, two away, 545. Man, the life of a history teacher and reseller. Wow. Kevin, I go to bed at 11:30 at night and get up about 6. So, and I'm older than you by a bunch. You're mid-40s. I'm going to be 62 in April. But you do work hard, obviously. You still got kids and teaching and doing eBay and hustling. But as always, as long as you can stay here, I appreciate you, man. I really do. And I appreciate the shout out today. For those of you who hadn't seen it, go check it out. And I'm not a huge fan of the band that's on the ball cap that he sold me, but it is a 3-stripe cap, and I started looking around, and there ain't another one on eBay like it. So I'm going to put it back here for a little while, and with some other stuff I bought, and from other people. And Kevin, this is like probably the 4th time I bought something from you, besides the In a Man and a Washington football team jacket. You call it a Redskins jacket, Kevin. Never too old. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. And anybody that has subscribed, I would appreciate it if you like what you see. Today's video wasn't that great. Go back and watch some of the previous ones, and my goal is just to entertain you, and I have no shame, and then teach you what I do know. And I don't know everything, as nobody does, but we learn as we go. And I always say comp. If you look it up and in time, you'll know what you're looking at. But you can always be surprised. And I've sold things for big money that I had no clue that the value. So things are heating up in this live. I got to run. Thanks for coming in, Miss Journey, my motley crew. I call the people that have been with me since the beginning part of my motley crew, pun intended, motley crew. So I appreciate it. Lissa hadn't popped in here. She's one of the first ones. And MML is just trouble. Gino was a front seater. There you go. He is a front seater. And he, I think, was it Carol, you found some dollar Doc Martin sandals at a yard sale. I was like, man, what kind of cats? You talking about MML? What kind of cats don't he have? He has a bunch of them. But, yeah, Kevin, you had good sales. I've been telling them that I've been tweaking my algorithm. I've been messing with it. And I take my entire store and change the percentage about every week and a half. And it's made my sales spike. And it's just something I've been playing with. And it seems to work. And some other people that I've told about it have done it and said it works. But it doesn't seem to last long. Maybe a week and a half. And then I take the whole store down and I put it at a different percentage. And it doesn't matter what the percentage is, because within a half a day, it takes off again. So, hey, if it works for you, Kevin, let me know if you try it and do it. You got to have a store to do the whole thing and a bulk edit, but I'm sure you have a store. I know you do, because you get free supplies. But if it's something you haven't done, Kevin, try it out. And if it works, let me know. On your channel, of course. But, yeah, other people have been doing it and said it works, and I know a couple people in here said that they already were doing it too. And you got to kind of mess with the algorithm, whether it's YouTube or eBay, and kind of figure out what works. And for me on the YouTube, who knows? Just entertain and teach what I do know and be transparent. But a video every day for a year, and I'm only at 700 subs or close to it. Figured I'd be there a little closer, a little quicker, but I'm just trying to make one goal. You got to have goals in life, and my goal is just to get to 1,000. If I get to 1,000, I'll be happy. I've got plenty of hours, just don't have the subs. Yeah, and see, Carol, clothing is something I did a lot of. I bought a lot of T-shirts and jeans and Ralph Lauren polos and coats, and I do sell them in shoes. but I'm moving away from them, except for T-shirts. I will sell those, especially vintage. And again, it's all about how cheap you get it. You know, it's kind of like getting a video game. I'll buy any video game for $1 or $2 because you're going to get a little bit for each one of them, no matter what. But you gotta, yeah. Gino just hit 1,000, and if y'all haven't seen Gino Finds videos, he takes you on a tour in his videos in Florida, and I love how he does his videos. He's really good. So for a New Jersey guy, but if you don't watch, Bubba might come find you, and you don't want that, right, Gino? You don't want Bubba coming after you, or Guido either. If you're a bird or a mouse. Yeah, well, I seen him one day messing with was it a mole or something, MML, that they found in the yard they were playing with. So it ain't just Booby? Booby? You call me Booby? Booby Miles? I'm not that good a football player. I played football, but I ain't that good. Guido is bad? Okay. Booby Miles. He played football in Friday Night Lights. And actually, I lived in Dallas that year that Dallas Carter won that state title from Odessa. It's Tony. Tony is always a Tony, yeah. Or in the movies, in the gangster movies, it's like, what's the Goodfellas? Everybody's Marie and Peter. Peter, Paul, and Marie. Yeah, I know what you meant. I'm just messing with you. Yeah. MML. I knew he would jump all over that. Hey, Gino, I mean, you got Bada Bing. I love the Sopranos series, and you got Bon Jovi. What else do you need if you're in New Jersey, right? I've lived kind of all over the country. I've lived in New York, lived in Arizona, Southeast Texas, Dallas a couple of times. I'm from Austin. I've lived in California, lived in South Carolina, and I've been all over the world in the U.S. Navy, and I've lived in Oklahoma several times and Kansas. So, yeah, I've lived everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. So, there you go. And my family's from Arkansas and mostly Kansas and Southwest Missouri, through Tennessee and Virginia and North Carolina. They all came through. Jack Nicholson Sinatra. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love me some Sinatra. Yes. Yes, I do. Mr. Frank. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances. Navy vet. Yep. Oh, really? A fire controlman. Okay. Second class. I was a radioman, second class, on the USS Wainwright, CG-28 in Charleston, South Carolina. And then I got transferred to the USS Constellation, CV-64 in Coronado, California. Made a med cruise of Westpac and spent 3 months in the Caribbean, including a month off Nicaragua when Somoza was in power. Rode Hurricane David in 79 off the coast of Carolina. Not a fun 3 days. So I was in from 78 to 82, and Ronald Reagan came to my aircraft carrier August 20th, 1981. What a memory, right? You always remember when Ronald Reagan comes to your ship. So there you go. Yep, long time ago, 78 to 82. I'm an old man. What'd you get from FedEx to MML? Not a cat. Nice targets to be on. Yeah, you must have been a subsailor. That's what subsailors call surface ships is targets. But I will repeat myself in that regard is I would rather be on a surface ship and get hit than a submarine and get hit, because you only got one way to go. At least I might have a chance to get off the ship. You ain't getting off that sub. That's a submarine. So were you on a fast attack or a boomer or a trident? Woohoo, just sold a silk blouse for, wow, a silk blouse for $64. You know what? That was mine, Carol. I need half that money. What did you get, MML, in the mail? Did you get a bunch of silver or gold or something? Oh, I used to watch Jersey Shore with my kids, and before that, Real World. That was a show that was on all the time. So in the share video, oh my goodness, I can't believe they let her wear that on the ship. Oh, that's funny. Tridents, okay, and the conduct, okay. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, U.S. Navy subs, there are 3 different types, and the fast attacks are more like a Navy ship where they go on patrols with like a deployment with a carrier task force. There are carrier task force all over the world, constantly in the Indian Ocean, the Mediterranean, and they rotate every 6 months. New ones come in and replace them. So those fast attack or SSN subs go with those task force at all times. The SSBNs have a gold and a blue crew. One crew's at sea while the other one's on R&R and a lot of schooling and stuff like that. And the boat stays out. They call it a boat in the Navy. The ship is a surface ship, is a ship. Submarines are called boats. And so they go to sea and rotate, but the boat stays out unless it's in refit. And ships always go through a refit every few years. And then the Tridents, nobody knows where they're at. They're usually probably up in the north of Russia somewhere under the ice cap. But yeah. So there's a difference in all that stuff, and it's interesting stuff. I went on a fast attack. I had a buddy on one, but I almost went subs when I was in A school. But when they said you don't get mail and I was homesick, I said I don't want to go on it because I used to get more mail than anybody on my ship. So, yep, Tridents. Wow. Well, thank you for your service, NGA Flipper. Fire control guy there shooting missiles at us. Hopefully at another Navy, not ours. But my ships are gone. The Wainwright's about 250 miles east of Norfolk, Virginia on the bottom of the Atlantic. They used it for target practice. And the USS Constellation was scrapped about a year and a half ago down in Brownsville, Texas. There's a bunch of ships in mothballs up in Bremerton, Washington. And they took them all the way around the Horn and brought them up into Brownsville and scrapped them. But I would rather that happen than end up in a foreign Navy. So there you go. That's my feeling on it. And free. Likewise, Target Guy. There you go. Target Guy. Yeah, okay. That's funny because we used to get a lot of Russian activity. I was a radioman, so I had a top secret clearance. We used to see all that traffic come through on where submarines were and stuff of the Russian Navy and the bears and all that stuff. So, I think you get used to it. It's funny that you say that, Carol, because on the cruiser I was on, you can go out any time because there's no planes or aircraft on the cruiser. On a Navy carrier, you can't go out much on the flight, you can't go on the flight deck at all. But on the catwalks that go around the ship, when they're flying, which at sea on a deployment is all the time, you don't get to see much of the outside anyway, unless they're not flying. Or when you go down to the hangar bay, you can look and see the ocean and stuff. And there's some beautiful sunsets, folks. And believe me, there's a lot of water in this earth. People don't realize how much water's out there till you've been in the Navy. And I am a shellback. I've been across the equator. But anyway, on a submarine, yeah, you're not seeing. You're working as RG or NGA Flipper will tell you. You're working around the clock. And in the Navy, when you're at sea, you don't get days off, even on weekends. So if you're at sea 51 days, you work 51 straight days, and usually it's 12 on, 12 off, 6 on, 6 off, 10 off, 7 off, whatever. But you're working around the clock 7 days a week, so you ain't got much time to do anything. And on a submarine, when you first get on there, you have to qualify for a submarine warfare pin. And until you get that pin, those dolphins, they call it, you have to learn all the things that you have to learn to qualify for those dolphin pins. So you get even less sleep than the other guys. And I don't know if you hot rack there, Mr. NJ Flipper, but a lot of them have to hot rack. Probably with rank you don't, but it's close quarters. And when I was in, there were no women on military ships other than supply ships. So when I was in, it was all men, 5,000 guys on a carrier. So yeah, 18 hours a day. Okay, so there you go. So you don't have time to go check it out, but when you do, it is awesome because the sky at night, they run with no lights. A surface ship, a target as NGA calls it, runs dark, and so you see everything. I mean, you can't see the ship, but you can see the stars in all their glory. Sunsets are fantastic because they're not obstructed in any way. I mean, if you want to travel the world, U.S. Navy is the way to go. And it's the best thing that this guy ever did because it made me grow up. You slept between the missile tubes. Yeah. I slept one deck below the flight deck on the bow. So when the planes took off, which was all the time, when they hit the end of the catapult, they made a lot of noise. And of course, roaring down the flight deck, they made a lot of noise. But when you're tired, you sleep right through it. And I did. And the only thing that ever woke me up was at 10 o'clock every night when they did taps. The chaplain came on and did his little invocation. I always woke up. So even general quarters, I didn't go to general quarters. I stayed in my rack. I was off duty. Missile polisher. Slept between the missile tubes. That's a pretty scary thought when you're on a nuclear powered submarine and you're sleeping in the nuclear tubes or between them. But well, that's what we're here for there, Cindy. I mean, that was what we did. And Graybeard's Treasures. Let me see if I'm subscribed to you. If I'm not, I will right now. I saw you just subscribed to me, and I appreciate it. And I just subscribed to you, Graybeard's Treasures. And let's see where I'm at now. Folks, I'm at $6.99. And let me see where Graybeard, if I helped him any. And anybody else that's in here that has a channel that I haven't subscribed to, let me know because I will subscribe to you and support you. And on our lives on Wednesday nights with Angie Resells, we'll be live on this channel at 7 Central. Oh, you were at $6.99? Did I? Hang on a minute. We always try to get everybody in there to subscribe to everybody. Graybeard's Treasures. I must be looking at the wrong one because I'm showing 149 subs. You have more than one channel? Or is there another Graybeard's Treasures? Oh, you were number $6.99 on mine. Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm 149 on you, so let's help him get to 150, please. Somebody subscribe to Mr. Graybeard. And Virginia subscribe to me. Virginia, thank you very much. And I don't say your last name unless somebody wants me to say it, so I'm not going to do that. But if you have a channel and you subscribe to me, I will subscribe to you, and I will watch your videos as much as I can. There's so many videos out now, but I try to catch, some of Butterflies. I catch Man Mountain Links. I catch anybody that has one. I'll check them out. And that's kind of one of the things you need to do is when you do subscribe, at least watch a video and comment on a video because it will not stick if you don't for long. And that's one of the things that frustrates me about YouTube is you'll get people subscribed and 3 days later you've gained 10 and you lose 7. And you're just like, what? So I've heard mixed stuff on that, whether it works or not, or whether 150, you're 150, congrats. And if anybody still hasn't subscribed to him, then keep subscribing so he can get more than 150. Please check out my friend Man Mountain Link. He's been doing this longer than I have. And he has a definitely different sense of humor than most people. We understand each other. But check his videos out. And he likes to collect silver and stuff like that. Thank you, Sandy. And thanks, everybody. And check out Butterfly Hustles, Carol. She lives out in Arizona, and she does thrifting. She also does TikTok, singing. What else does she do? Instagram. I'm sure she's on Instagram. I think I've seen you on there. I'm trying to remember everybody that I'm trying to go back and check anybody else that has a channel. Gino, if you're still here, Gino Finds just hit 1,000, but help him out to get more. You would love his videos. When he goes to a thrift store, he takes you on a journey. He always gives you the trivia, and he lives down in Florida, and he treats it. And if you're subscribed, you get to sit in the front seat of his car, and if you're not, you got to sit in the back seat of his car. And I love that little thing. And again, my goal is to just make y'all laugh. If you're having a bad day, I try to make you chuckle with JT. And no, that Alabama hat actually is in reference to the band Alabama. I'm not a huge country and Western Alabama fan. I'm a huge country fan. I like all music, R&B, classic R&B, all the old stuff, pop, rock, Journey, Eagles, AC/DC, all that stuff. But I never was a big Alabama fan. But hey, what's going on, Miss Ella? And Save Here First, check her channel out, subscribe to her as well. I knew that was an Alabama fan ball cap from the band. And when I went on to eBay and looked at the caps, there were none that were three stripers. There's some Alabama hats on there. They're not worth a ton of money, which kind of surprised me because I am the cap guy and I know a lot about ball caps. There are three. I did a video a couple weeks ago on three stripe ball caps, and I showed people ball caps that were three stripe that are worth between $200 and $1,500, folks. One of them was a U.S. Marine Corps three stripe cap that's worth about $500. And these were sold comps. These weren't listed comps. So Kevin had his for a long time in his videos, as you know, and he was asking about 69, and he sent me an offer, and I turned it down. I just because I'm not a fan of the band, but I did buy it, and he took an offer. I sent him an offer yesterday of $50, and he took it. I didn't know he paid $1 for it, but that doesn't matter. And I will sit on it. I also bought the Washington football team jacket from him that I thought was worth a lot more than what I bought it for, which is $100. But I still got it listed. I think I got it listed for like $169. But I'm not budging on that one. It'll sell at some point to somebody. Check K&D Flips out as well, please. He's down in the Houston area. And anybody else that has a channel in here, just let me know. And I will shout you out. And again, I'm not a big channel. I'm just trying to grow it too. But I make a video every day. And again, I try to just make you laugh, brighten your day. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I'm not afraid to embarrass myself, so that's part of it with JT. And then I try to show you what I sold. And I tell you everything I sell, to whether that's good or bad to you. I want to tell you the good and the bad. I tell you where I got it, how much I paid for it, what I sold it for, and what my profit was after everything, shipping and fees. Thank you very much, folks, for 700 subs. I appreciate it if it holds through the night. I will give away a couple of Cap Guy ball caps. I'm also going to give away a watch I bought from Lonnie Shed Flips. I bought 2 of them. Brand new vintage in the box. They are Rugrats kids watches. And then I'm going to give away probably something in my store. And I'll do that in the next couple of days. Oh, man, Mountain Lake here. Hey, buddy, I got the subscription thing to your channel too there, buddy. Of course, it won't hurt you because you don't care. But I do. I got a set of markers for my caps. Cheap amount. Oh, okay. If it works, it works. The other thing about caps is if you find the ones with K Products or Louisville Manufacturing like Caterpillar, John Deere, Kodiak Tobacco, they don't have to be three stripers, and they don't have to be vintage three stripe caps. I've got some in my video. I bought some at an estate sale just a few weeks ago, and I sold a bass fishing hat for $42. And I've got some others that are Remington, Winchester, Savage Arms. They're camo mesh, old snapback caps in great condition. The only thing was the person I got them from was a State Farm agent, and he smoked. So there's a little bit of a smoky smell. But if you're a smoker and you don't care, I got some great caps on eBay in the 40s that are great ball caps, and they're vintage, Colt. A lot of the gun ones. I've got some from a car dealership where the car dealership doesn't exist here in Oklahoma anymore. But on the front of it, I got 2 of them. They're the old Ford Broncos from the 70s. They're those. And I'm like, they're not going to buy this because of that dealership. They're going to buy it because there's Ford Broncos on there, which is, I wish I had one of them still. Talking caps. I do have a couple of Cat Dar talking caps. I do on eBay. I have about 500 caps listed on eBay right now. Yeah, Louisville manufacturing. I think the only Louisville I had, I think it's a Caterpillar or a Redman Tobacco. I've only found one ever of the Louisville. I find the K products fairly regularly, but yeah, I saw that MML. You sure did. A Caterpillar cap for $55. Yeah, Angie, I just decided to go live. I was in here cleaning my office, and of course, you know what happens when you say you're going to list or do work, and you go live. You end up doing the chat. You don't end up doing the work. So I was sorting some video games and trying to move stuff around so I could move in this office. And me and JT cut a song from the Pet Shop Boys for tomorrow morning's release. And of course, we changed it up a little bit. And so I decided to go and I bought a cap from Kevin, Commonwealth Flipper, and he shouted me out, and I just hit 700 subs. So, oh wow, you want it on high bid? How much did you pay for it, Carol? And how many caps did you get? Maybe I need to quit talking about caps. Everybody's buying caps all of a sudden. I made over $5,000 on ball caps last year. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's got a hold, Angie. You know how that goes. It's got a hold. But I'm going to do a giveaway the next couple of days. I'll announce it tomorrow what I'm going to do if I hold on to this 700. And I'm going to give away some Cap Guy caps and some other stuff. Thank you, Graybeard. I appreciate it. $5 around 10 caps. Okay. $5 for all 10. That's a good deal. That's 50 cents a piece. That's good. Anytime you can get vintage ball caps, snapback, trucker hats for even less than $2 or $3, that's a good deal. K products, I look for a lot of those. But if they've got agriculture or tobacco or Goodyear, Ford, that kind of stuff on them, they're going to be pretty good. The most valuable cap I have right now, I'm going to grab it real quick and show y'all. Sorry, folks, while I was in there, my dogs wanted out. This one is called a pinwheel, and y'all will know who this is. That's Petty Enterprises, and it's not the best condition ball cap, but it's called a pinwheel, and I've got it for about $120 on eBay. There was one similar to this that sold for about $150 or $60, and then I bought these just recently at that estate sale, and these are vintage. And for Mr. Navy there, you'll know what the scrambled eggs are on the ball cap. Anybody that's military will know that those are officers, high-ranking officers. And then Smith & Wesson, I got these for 50 cents a piece at an estate sale, and I bought 40 ball caps. This is one of the more valuable ones, Savage Arms, and again, they're all snapbacks. Hey, Michelle, welcome to the channel. This is the one I was talking about. Arthur Harris Ford doesn't exist anymore, but look at that. Got that Bronco on there. And that's what I think that'll sell from, is because it's a Bronco. And these are all old mesh snapbacks. 50 cents a piece. He was a State Farm agent. He had a ton of caps, and I left a bunch behind. But there you go. That's some of the caps that I picked up and listed. And if anybody's interested, let me know. And I do offers, but it's got to be fairly close. But yeah, ball caps are definitely a bolo. Plush. I found a bunch of that this summer and made one of them I sold for $100. It was a Kermit the Frog. And some Sonic stuff for 70 a piece. One of those went to France. Mary Kay makeup. Yes, MML, Mary Kay makeup. Doll accessories, toys. Okay, well, we're going to be live Wednesday night with Angie on my channel, and then next week we'll be live on Angie's channel on Wednesday at 7. Anybody wants to come? Hey, Moon Goddess, thanks for coming in. Michelle's in, and Moon Goddess is here. And thanks again, everybody, for helping me get to 700 subs. And thank you for Kevin, Commonwealth Flipper, who was in here a little while ago. For those of you who didn't see him in here, he came in and he was a big help. I bought something from him. It's in his video today if you want to look at his video today. And I'm sitting at 700 right now, so I'm going to be giving away some stuff. And I'm going to give away some ball caps of the Cap Guys, although they're not what I'd call the best ball caps, but I don't think they're to wear. They're more like, hey, I got this from a channel. And, well, it's been a lot of hard work. I don't know if I deserve it, but it's been a lot of hard work. But thank you, Angie. And then, MML, you're gonna get time out here in a minute, calling me a Sooner. Yeah, Kevin is a great guy, great family man, and a good guy. I didn't know this until just recently. I was watching him, and he'll grab something, and he starts touching it, and then he puts it down, and he touches it again, and he kept touching it. And somebody made a comment, and I thought, I've never noticed that until somebody brought it up. And then I'm like, Kevin, he touches his stuff a lot. And I'm like, okay, because he's always, talking with his hands. But I love him to death. Hey, Lady Luck Junk, thank you for coming in. And thank you for saying that. Oh, good. Reselling Roller Coaster hit 400 subs. Anybody that's in this chat, if you see channels that you're not familiar with, please go out and subscribe to them. We all work so hard to make these channels to teach people and help people and hopefully entertain you and teach you what we know, because none of us, and I'll say it for everybody, none of us know everything, and you learn as you go. But if I can tell you something that you didn't know, like ball caps, and you start doing it, or the eBay algorithm, which is working trick that I've figured out, or at least I think I have, I think I can, then try new stuff. You got to throw stuff at the walls. I preach offers, I preach sales, and I preach messing with that eBay algorithm on your promoted listings and list. Although I haven't done that a lot lately. I've done very little, and I didn't do any today. And but hey, I knew everything but forgot a lot. But you learn as you go. And a year ago, I wouldn't even have picked up Mary Kay makeup. I wouldn't have picked up Plush. I wouldn't have picked up a lot of things. And I've learned doll clothes and accessories. Not so much the dolls themselves, but the accessories that kids lose, whether it's G.I. Joes or Barbies, doesn't matter. I found Penny Bride dolls, a whole bag or a whole case of them for $2, and I made hundreds off of just the clothes. But here I am, my age, putting little outfits together, matching a top and shoes and pants, or a dress and a top. And I got laughed at. MML was big on that, but I didn't care because I made a ton of money by doing it. Pick up everything in my units. Yep. And I've made good money off people that clean out storage units, and the people that bought them leave behind. I found 2 pair of brand new with tags, Levi 501 salvage jeans. Sold 1 pair for $300, and actually it was too cheap to sell it for that much. Off a $10 buy, because they were looking for the big stuff like jewelry and gold and money and other high-end items, and she gets to clean it out and keep it. And I go to her yard, so she's kind of my person that I go to, like everybody else has. And sometimes I find some pretty good stuff from her that she gets just from cleaning them out. And yeah, Gray Bed Treasure said it right. Sub to him, he'll sub to you. That's how I feel. And people, Moon Goddess, NGA Flipper. Do you have a channel? NGA Flipper? American Girl Accessories. Yeah, that's another one. Yep. And you just don't know. I mean, Mary Kay, I would have never thought about Mary Kay, but the lady had a bunch of it. And when I saw that she was asking $10, $11 per piece of foundations and moisturizers, I like to do bundle deals. Hey, I want it all. How much? And I got her to $100, and I've made like $800 off of it. So you ladies like your foundations and moisturizers a lot. Yeah, and they were brand new with tags, and I knew that. At the time, I didn't know it. I didn't know they were salvage, Carol. I put them on eBay for like $70 because they were Levi 501s, and that's kind of what Levi 501s go for. And within 5 minutes, one sold to somebody in Asia, and I couldn't retract the bid. And the guy bought immediately. And somebody sent me a private message that I didn't even know and said, hey, those are really valuable. You really need to take those back down. And when I did, the guy that bought them asked me why I did it. And I told him, I said, well, they're worth more than what you bought them for. And I felt bad about it ethically, but he knew what he was getting and I didn't. And guess what? I pulled him back down. He offered me $300. And then I thought, you know what? You paid $10. You're going to get $300 for it. Let him make some money too, because he did buy them in good faith. And he did. And I was happy. He was happy. He made money. But they were brand new with tags. And I asked her later if she had any more, and she didn't. But she got them at a local, kind of a country store here, implement store, and they had a bunch of them, and they had paid like $30 a pair. And I thought and it was, of course, it was years ago. But if I had known that, I would have bought every pair that store had, because when I knew that. The other thing that I've sold cheap was banned Nike shoes that Russell Westbrook donated to Goodwill when he left town and went to the Rockets. And he donated a bunch of shoes and clothes, and Goodwill knew what they had, so I paid up for them. But there were 3 pair in there that were what they call banned shoes, BANNED. They didn't have the Nike SKU that you look up. And I paid $120 for a pair and put it on for $300. And within a minute, I got a guy that offered me $450. And my mind went, why would he pay me more? Was that a scam? And then I found out that they were banned shoes, and I sold them to him and made that money really quick. Hey, what's up, Paul? Mr. Philly. Yeah, earlier, Paul and a bunch of other flipping guys, no negative meant there, Paul, were in Jeff eBay Addicts channel. And eBay Addicts has helped me a lot, too. I appreciate Jeff. But there was a bunch of guys with the name flipping accountant, flipping sports guy, Philly flipper, a bunch of flipping guys in there. See, there you go, graybeards. Yeah, Levi's 501s, the way you'll know now, and it's 501s, button fly. It's on the end. You can Google it or YouTube it. It's out there. But on the inside of the seam and in the stitching, it'll be different than other jeans. And then also another indicator, of course, the big E. If you have the big E on the red Levi tag, that's an indication of a valuable pair of jeans, especially if they're salvage. But on the button, the top snap of the fasten button, there's numbers back there. And if they're 4 numbers, like 4-digit numbers, 7891, they're not vintage and they're not valuable. But if they're 3 numbers, like 524, they've got some value. You want to do some investigating in those. And some of those, even the ones in the 40s, weren't as valuable as the ones I had, because mine were new with tags from the 80s. But 501s are the ones that are really valuable. And they're the ones I prefer when I wear jeans. I don't wear jeans but much. But when I do prefer 501s, just the way they look. But definitely look at the back of the button first, and then look in, do some Google and YouTube search on salvage, SELVEDGE, jeans. And if you've got them, they're worth some money. And you'll get a lot of people from Asia will try to buy them from you pretty quickly. And but I would run them on an auction is the way I would do it, because you don't know how high they're going to go. And like Carol said earlier, they could be worth a lot of money. So definitely something, again, I didn't know a lot about, but I learned a little bit the hard way. The other jeans I've been selling a lot are women's jeans here lately. I found some old Rockies for those of you that are older and remember Rocky Mountain jeans from the 80s. A lot of the women wore them in country clubs, and they didn't have pockets on the back. And I've been selling those. I've been finding them and selling them. Those are pretty good jeans to get. So, yeah, Maggie Doodle, Thrift Shop Fast and East. I have to say that slow or I'll mess up. Save Here First, Graybeard's Treasures, Lady Luck Junk. Yeah, they're made in the USA. Thank you, Karen. Carol, Man Mountain Link, Angie Resales, everybody. Reselling Roller Coaster. Do you have a channel? If you do, let me make sure I'm subscribed to that one. But help each other out, subscribe to each other, because that's what we do. And usually when Angie and I are on lives on Wednesday, we do a lot of that because we do have a regular following of people that are loyal to our channel. And we make sure that everybody that helps each other. And we like to help the smaller channels like us because the big channels have a lot of people that follow them. And I do follow some of them too, but it's hard. And those of you that do this, you know how hard it is to do YouTube and be successful and grow. Reselling Roller Coaster. There it is. I am subscribed to you. Okay. 403 subs. Calvin Klein. Yep. And I just sold a pair of Tommy Hilfiger women's jeans tonight with the red and blue and white label. She hasn't paid me for them yet. And she tried to get me down, but I didn't come down much. But she hadn't paid me, so I will, those aren't big names anymore. You know what's funny? When I was in the 80s, I wore Jordache men's jeans. I was Mr. Disco back then. And I wore Lacoste, the alligator shirts. And I have a bunch of alligator shirts, but Lacoste just isn't big anymore. But I loved wearing Lacoste. Loved it. Loved walking around with that alligator on my chest. Now I just have Adidas. But anyway, I reminisce a lot about my younger years. Yes, Sandy, wasn't Brooke Shields in terms. What? Yeah, that's true, Graybeard. I went crazy a couple of years ago when I first started trying to go full time and bought a ton of clothes because they were cheap. And I've sold a bunch, but I really prefer to sell hard goods, video games and ball caps, and returns on ball caps are almost non-existent. So, matter of fact, I don't think I've ever had a return on a ball cap. I think I've only had one where the guy wasn't happy. But video games can be a little bit of a problem, and I do clean them, but that don't mean they always work. And I can't test every video game because I have hundreds. I do test the higher end ones though. Yeah, Brooke Shields. Back when what was that movie she made with Leif Erikson? Blue Lagoon, wasn't it? Is that right? For you older folks who don't know that. I'm gonna let my dogs in. I'll be right back. I have a dog that if I don't let him out, I'll have to clean up. Blue Lagoon, there you go. See? Me and Gino are similar in age, so we kind of remember all this old stuff. Is that a good movie? I don't know if it's a good movie, but in its time, I guess it was. Brooke Shields, and I don't know if it's a good movie. I'm more into the classic older movies anyway, and I have about 1,500 DVDs in my collection. So yeah, and they actually mine don't take up a lot of room. Moon Goddess, mine I've got them on shelving. and all the t-shirts are actually in bags and skewed in tubs, but it doesn't make it easier to find. It's just I got tired of looking through jeans and looking for them, so we alphabetized them. Hey, Tanya, thank you very much. Oh, good. Snapback caps. And show them on your next video. And the worst movie of all time. There you go, Linda. See? And yeah, there's no blue lagoons in Oklahoma. Although we do have saltwater. We got a saltwater lake here in Oklahoma called the Great Salt Lake in northwest Oklahoma up near Cherokee. Yeah, y'all keep subscribing to each other. She was a child. Yeah. That was a shocking value, maybe. Well, he was kind of young too. I don't remember how old he was in the movie, but I only saw it once. It's not like Shawshank Redemption or Goodfellas. Every time it comes on, I stop, or Roadhouse, where I'm going, oh, Patrick Swayze. Okay, let's watch him beat up people again. I think my favorite movies, though, are the classics like Grapes of Wrath, Cool Hand Luke. Hey, Swamp Picker. Welcome to the channel, buddy. And my favorite movie of all time is 1946, won the Oscar, and a lot of people don't know about it, but it's called The Best Years of Our Lives. And if you're in the military, you would definitely understand this movie. But it's really good. And fighting Sullivans and Westerns and stuff. Can someone make a barcode sticker for easy inventory for us to use, or am I missing one? I don't use barcodes. I use Dalton from that movie. Oh, okay, from Roadhouse. Hopefully he knows all those moves too, right? What we do, I used to, when I first started watching YouTube people, it was Lonnie and John and Kevin probably were the first three I started watching. And John's inventory system, I was like, why is he mixing up stuff? He puts a video game with a ball cap, with a glove. And I thought, I don't like that. So, and I didn't like the way Lonnie did it with the names. So I started just making A, and then all the stuff was A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. And now I kind of like John's because John's is pretty simple. So sometimes you can make it too difficult. Where I messed up personally with 3,600 items is I didn't put all the SKUs in the listing. And once I got to that level, and 1,000 was easy. But when I got up to the 3,000s, I was like, okay, where did I put that? I know I have a good memory, but the little stuff that's worth about $5 is the stuff that you sell that you can't remember where it is. And that's what gets you in trouble, because you spend an hour looking for it, and then you're mad at yourself because you can't find it, and you have no money. Now you've made every bit of profit out of it because you can't find it. So I suggest seriously you have some kind of a SKU system. Thank you, Moon Goddess, for and I've done it so many times. Where did I put that? Oh my goodness, where is it? So numbering and then making sure it's in your inventory, in your phone, or in your SKU, in your eBay listing, or wherever you do it. Make sure you have it, because going back and trying to recoup all that information is hard. And I alphabetize. I do everything I can. Video games, clothing, on shelves. But, man, it's still, when I'm digging through stuff, it still gets out of order. And I'm not one to just put it right back. And so there you go. Good night, Butterfly. Or is it Maggie Doodle? Who's leaving? Maggie Doodle? Oh, okay. Good night, Carol. Have a good one. Thank you for coming in. And, but yeah, it's the stuff that's small that just drives you nuts, because you're like, man, I got $5 in that thing, and I spent an hour on it. And then you're up against I ship in one day, so I'm up against the time frame where I'm going to take a ding from eBay if I don't find it. So I'm thinking, well, do I print the label and then find it, or do I, and I got dinged once. I printed a label, thought I knew where that was, and I didn't. And then when I went out to say something to the guy, he left me a negative. And I was like, okay. So the hats are behind you. Yeah, and my hats are color coded. So I've got black hats, blue hats, orange hats, all that stuff separated. But the black and the blue are the predominant colors. And so I've got 2 tubs of each of those, and they're still a pain when you go through those totes to find those hats, because I had 500 listed or more. And yeah, anyway, but it's 7 days a week, folks. That's what I do. I don't know how hard or how many hours you work, but you're going to get into this what you put into it, and that's how you're gonna do. So I made, the people that weren't here early on, I just did my taxes this weekend. I made just shy of $98,000 last year on eBay, and Uncle Sam's gonna get a piece of it too. And I ain't happy about giving up my money, but it is what it is. Okay, so excuse graybeard. Okay, yeah, when you get to 3,000, if you ever get there, and I don't suggest getting to 3,000. It's not the more you have. There's people that have 400 that sell pretty regular, but you will have more sales, obviously. And I should have more sales than I do, but I typically price higher starting out, because I can always come down, and I do run a lot of sales and send offers. So I do price high, and sometimes I get that price. So that's the way I do it. But if I wanted to just push sales, I could just dump a lot of stuff for sure. But I'm not. A vintage Goodyear hat on trade. Okay. Yeah, Goodyear hat, especially if it's K products in the snap in the back. That's a good hat. I've got 3 or 4 of those. I did a video a couple weeks ago on vintage 3-stripe caps. I was trying to remember there was one that sold for $1,500, and you can do the research. Hey, Alyssa, what's going on? I've been on here for an hour and a half. I just decided to go live. You probably haven't watched Kevin Commonwealth Flipper's channel today, but he shouted me out because I bought something from him that you've seen in his videos quite a bit in the last couple of months. And I bought it, and he shouted me out, and some of the people were nice enough to come over here and subscribe to this channel. So I just hit 700 subs, and I decided to clean the office and decided to go live while I was doing it. And guess what? I haven't been cleaning the office since I've been live. So that's what happens. People are like, I'm going to get on it. I'm going to get on live, and I'm going to list. No, you're not. You're going to get on there and chat, because that's what you're going to end up doing. If you care about the people that are in the chat with you. That's why some people, when I do get a little, I don't know, I get annoyed by it. If you're going to do lives and you're not going to pay attention to the people that are in the room talking to you, and you're over there running around doing inventory and taking pictures and all that, I really prefer you be paying attention, you know. So thank you, Lissa. And Lissa's one of my first followers, part of my motley crew. Her and the possum, the beer drinking possum. Lissa, do you mind if I tell the story? But made in USA, Kentucky. Does it have a maker like Yapung or Louisville Manufacturing or K Products imprinted in the back of the band, the plastic band on the inside? If it does, that makes it more valuable. But Goodyear hats are still valuable as they are. Oh, wow. Graybeard's got a lot of work ahead of him. We've talked about doing that. I just don't know where I put it, and I don't want to pay for storage units. I mean, mainly what I want to find is if I don't find gold and silver. Okay. Joe Bob, for those of you who don't know the story, Lissa lives in Canton, Ohio, just right down the road from the Football Hall of Fame. And she has a possum that apparently got into a bag or a trash can on her porch. And there's a bunch of beer cans in it. And I guess he was drinking. A drunk possum on your porch don't have to play possum. He's probably passed out, right? And I don't know what else he ate, probably some food. But we've all had possums or raccoons in our trash at some point. So knocking around Mr. Possum, I thought that was pretty funny. And she calls him Joe Bob. I don't know why she couldn't have called him Joe James or something like MML. Yeah, do that, Graybeard, and tag me in it when you do it so I can make sure I see it. Money piles, yep. And well, like I said, we've talked about it, but I'm looking for video games. I'm looking for ball caps. I'm looking for vintage concert shirts and clothing. I do have a lot of vintage concert shirts on my channel, my eBay store. Mostly like Diamond Rio, and I got one Jeff Healy from Roadhouse, the blind guy that did the videos. It's not in the greatest condition, but it is single stitch and it is old. Um, he was the singer in the movie Roadhouse, Jeff Healy band. I've got some, so a lot of them from the cruise of concert venues of like REO Speedwagon, and I've got some Cinderella from the early 2000s, stuff like that. So if y'all want to check out my eBay store, by all means. I've got Charlie Daniels, Kenny Rogers Crew, stuff like that. Bad Company, a Billy and a Steve Possum. Yeah, I bet you did. Will possums come around cats? I don't know. Because aliens don't like cats. I know that. I've seen enough movies to know that. He passed away. Yeah, he passed away. Yes, he did. Yeah. So I do have a T-shirt of Jeff Healy band, but like I said, it's got a couple issues. Some of these, vintage single stitch shirts. I sold an MTV one from the '90s. Here, it was one of mine. Had bleach stains and holes in it. I still sold that thing for like $50. Some people don't care what they look like. I mean, look at some of the stuff Riley Roots wears. They don't care what the condition is. I mean, most stuff you buy on eBay is a memory. It's your memories or somebody in your family's memories. So, hey, if you can find I bought stuff that just because it was a memory. I wanted it because somebody in my family had it. Possums and cats coexist without problems. Okay. Well, not cats and aliens, because aliens are afraid of cats, from what I understand, at least in the movie. That's the way it went. So how's everybody else's sales? Are they doing good? I hope so. Mine aren't big today so far, but they were, of course, I've been listing, but they have been the last few days. My wrist has bothered me, so I'm kind of playing with my wrist here, folks. When you get my age, you start having things hurt. Spilling bleach on my favorite shirt. Yeah. Do aliens like possums? I don't know. Only alien I got's back there. And that great. And since you haven't seen my channel before, I don't think NGA Flipper. I had another alien just like that, and I sold it yesterday. So that one I had given to my grandson, and he wasn't playing with it, so I got him back because he's kind of become part of the show. So I probably won't list him. I'll probably just leave him there. I've already bet my money back. I bought 3 of them. You never count silver or gold? Shoot, I'd love to find silver and gold. You were listing late? Possums eat ticks and don't have rabies. And they can play possum. You can walk up on one in a trash can and think he's dead, and he ain't dead. He's just playing possum. I've seen it. I lived in a trailer park as a kid that didn't allow dogs. And we lived on the edge of the woods, and so raccoons were always in our trash cans, and they knew how to take lids off of trash cans. Camouflage John Zink hat. I don't know who John Zink is, Tanya. Who's John Zink? Somebody tell me who John Zink is. Up to 7? Oh, good. Good, Sandy. An opossum, is it Irish? I don't know, MML. I don't know. Maybe you should talk to it, MML, and see if it has an accent. No gold and silver go in a box where it diapers. Oh, disappears. I got you. Okay. Disappears. Yeah, when I go to the Goodwill bins, and we have pretty good Goodwill bins here in Oklahoma City area, people, when they first line up for the totes, for the hard good totes, they run like they're running a race in the Olympics. And they're looking through all the purses and stuff, seeing if there's money or jewelry. And I'm looking for the Transformers and the old Hot Wheels and the ball caps and the video games, if there's any. I'm looking for that kind of stuff, so they can have all that other stuff they want, because you're not going to find it very often. John Zink Ranch in Oklahoma. Okay, that'd probably be something that would be, for somebody that is or work for that ranch. Or it's like these Corn Oklahoma hats. I bought a bunch of them last year, and I didn't think they would sell, but I got them cheap and they're brand new. And I think there's only 2 left, and I had like 4 or 5 of them, and I've sold them all. And they did not stay in Oklahoma. So it's farmers co-op, but it's not vintage or anything. It's just something you don't see every day. Thanks, Graybeard Treasures. I appreciate you, man. I won't be on here a lot longer, but hey, I appreciate you, and I'll be checking out your channel there, buddy. And don't forget, Wednesday night, me and Angie Resales will be back at 7 if you don't catch us tonight. Oh, heating systems. I actually, one of the top caps I sold, Tanya, was a company, some kind of an engineering company in Tulsa. It was a snapback, and it was some memory, and some guy in California bought it for about $50, and I didn't even think that would sell. So you just never know. You should never buy stuff that you like. It should be things you think will sell, or you may not know it'll sell. Don't always just shop for yourself, or you won't pick up stuff or the right stuff. Doll clothes. Yep, I pick up doll clothes. I can strip a doll. I can put outfits together. That's for sure, MML. So Sandy answered on the sales. How's everybody else's sales? Vintage John Deere. Hey, Martyr Mania. Yes. And John Deere, Harley, John Deere, Caterpillar, Goodyear, Ford, any tobacco or Case International Harvester, co-ops, any of that agricultural stuff. Kodiak tobacco, Red Man tobacco, Beech Nut, all that stuff. You find those. Even I think one of the most valuable caps I have right now, besides this one, which is worth over 100. I always have to get this camera thing right. This is a Pinwheel Petty, Richard Petty. Not in the foam and everything's good in it, but it's a little bit dirty, but and it's definitely worn, but it's over $100. The last one sold for like 150, 160. So again, it's just, yeah. What is that? I heard about that to Alyssa in a video, and just, yeah, I had seen that it was coming, but I didn't. If you dispute a fee, you get a $20. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Sales in the dump. Do you have a store, Lady Luck Junk? Lonenberger Baskets. Okay. And Linda, you're in Oklahoma, right? Down somewhere around, aren't you down around Ardmore or somewhere? Down that way? Lindy Glenn and Primetime Treasure Hunter. Yeah, I saw that. I don't watch Primetime much, but I did see his tags on it. Navy Gators and Navy flag. Yeah, you sent me a Navy Gator. Thanks again, Tanya, for that. That's only if you dispute something. Oh, you're in Edmond. Okay. Well, you're close then. Well, I better quit talking about all these good places to source. Linda beat me there. It's hard to beat me to a sale, especially yard sales, because I get up early. So, you got a free wrench? I said, MML, you're too much. Too much, too much. All right, who's sending me messages? Yeah, Lonenberger Baskets. Yeah, who is that I see? The guy that has a YouTube channel here that's does estate sales, Jason. Is that Jason's estate sales or Josh's estate? Now I'm trying to remember. And uh, anyway, yeah, he buys a lot of those, and he gets them at the bins. He finds a lot of those at the bins. You can have all of them you want, Linda. I don't want them longer burger baskets. I'd hate shipping them. Those have to probably go on a 12 by 12 by 8 box or something. Honey hole joke too, but it's not PG. Yeah, we're all kids here, there, MML. So, hold on. Yeah, next time. Yeah, you can just send me a private message on that one, MML. I'll laugh at your stuff. Hey, by the way, Alyssa, have them cookies left? Yeah, Justin's estate sale. There you go. Have those cookies left yet, Alyssa? And they better be walnuts and not marijuana cookies. Because I already got something else that I was sent that I was told not to sip in a measuring spoon. Yeah, Justin picks up a lot of those he finds down at the bins. Yeah, Man Mountain Link, he's something else. So yeah, Linda, there's a bunch of community yard sales going on, I think, next weekend in Oklahoma. I think up around Tonkawa. So you might check those out. Google those. You spit out your coffee. Yeah, Lady Luck Junk, you don't ever know what MML's going to say. I just laugh at it. Or a thimble. Yeah, or a thimble. That's right. Hey, that was some strong water, okay? That was some strong spring water. Okay. All right. All right. They better not be marijuana cookies or marijuana brownies. It's funny, when I was in the Navy, we were on a carrier. We were over in the Indian Ocean at Christmas, and I got a care package from somebody, and I told them not to send me anything that I shouldn't be getting, which would be alcohol and or anything else. And we were told by the captain that if any packages showed up and there was what they called contraband, we would be busted in rank. And I was an E5. I didn't want to be busted, and I've never really been a big drinker either. And I'll be dang if I don't get a box. And they were inspecting them, but luckily somebody picked my box up and carried it to me, so they didn't open it. And it had 6 of those little airport bottles or their airplane bottles of Jack Daniels. And I would have got busted for that, and I didn't know it was coming because I told them not to do it. And they did it, and luckily nobody got busted. But I had a bunch of buddies. Once they found out I had it, they're like, "Give it to me." We'd been at sea like a month or so. So I said, "If you get it, I'm gonna give it to you. But if you throw it overboard, you don't put it in the trash can. And if you get caught, you don't know where you got it at." And we got away with it. They got it and never got caught. But I mean, in the Navy, there are people that run illegal steals on a ship down in the boiler rooms, and they take yeast and grape juice and make wine, homemade wine. But you got to be sneaky with that stuff. You get in a lot of trouble. I found a brand new 49ers snapback cap. You know what? I've got a 49ers snapback cap I picked up the other day. Vintage. Yeah. And if the maker's probably going to be Logo Athletic or Sports Specialties, Tanya, on the tag. So, yeah, Bilge Wine. There you go. There you go. See, NGA Flipper remembers all that stuff. It is a no-shitter. It is. Yep. What years were you in, NGA Flipper? What years were you in the Navy? Army logo. Flipping everywhere. Yeah, y'all can have all them Longa burger baskets. I don't want any of them. Send them all to Linda. Oh, wow. Well, I know, but they didn't. It wasn't a one steel. They made it down in the hole, which is like 130 degrees, and it's kind of hard to do on a Navy ship there, MML, because there's people everywhere. On a carrier, there's 5,000 people running around. So, yeah, yeah. Uh, they knew how to do it. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, they didn't have like a steal like you guys have up in Tennessee, where the revenuers come and take it away from you and put you in prison. 90 to 99. Okay. Are you a shellback? Did you ever cross the equator? I am a shellback. They're just chock full of rich women in fair lawns. Who will die with the most? Oh, okay. Yeah, I hate, I mean, that's why I don't mess with electronics much. I just hate having to test it and mess with it and ship it. And seems like I hear other channels talk about the returns on that kind of stuff all the time. And I don't want to mess with stuff like that. Matter of fact, I may lose my top seller status because of stuff like that. Can neither confirm nor deny. Okay. You can't confirm nor deny you cross the equator? I know you can't tell us how deep a submarine can go. That's one thing a Navy submariner will never tell you is how deep a submarine will go. I don't care how long they've been out, they will not tell you. But I know how far a carrier will go, all the way around the world. Tridents, remember. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm a shellback. I've been across the equator. Been to every continent except for South America and Antarctica, and I've been through the canal, Africa, Australia, Singapore, Philippines, Europe, the Med, Caribbean, and I missed out on a chance to go up in the uh, Finland and Sweden and all that. And I've been to the Black Sea and got followed around by a bunch of Russian ships. But yeah, and I tried and they can't talk about it. That's a secret deal there. Can't even tell it, but we go all the way to the bottom. Yeah, you sure can, but the pressure will get you. I ain't that dumb. Depends on where you're at. If you're in the out of Japan, in the off the Marshall Islands or Marianas, in the Mariana Trench, you ain't going to the bottom. You'll be crushed long before you get to the bottom. That's why I said I prefer a surface ship. I might be a target, but guess what? If I get hit, there's a chance I might get off. You get hit, you're going down. Paris, Tennessee once? I bet you did. You probably spoke French that day too, didn't you, MML? And I know for a fact Navy SEAL won't tell. Killed high school friends in Desert Storm. Yeah, I actually tried out for Navy SEALs in boot camp. And a good buddy of mine from upstate New York, actually, after I got out, became a Navy SEAL and retired a Navy SEAL. And this guy was the most unlikely guy ever to become one. I couldn't get past the swim test. It was very difficult. And even though I could swim, I just wasn't that good a swimmer. And I asked him one time, he lives out in Vegas now, and I said, well, how did you weren't athletic, you didn't play sports like the rest of us. How did you become a Navy SEAL? And he said, I was always last at every evolution in Navy SEAL training, which is 52 weeks long in California. And he said, but I never quit. And that's the difference. I never rang the bell. And I was like, it's pretty awesome. And now he's the most liberal guy I know. I'm like, wow. Groton, Kings Bay, Jacksonville, Pecan, and Halifax. Saw Bermuda a half dozen times from a mile out. Yep. Groton, Connecticut, Kings Bay, Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida, Pecan. I'm trying to think of Pecan. I know we're Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Bermuda's out in the middle of the Atlantic, or on the way there. Pecan. And there's also in there one in Scotland, sub base, and then of course La Jolla on the west side, and Bremerton has sub bases on the west coast. Or Pecan. Pecan's the only one that's got me stumped. I don't know that one. Oh, Port Canaveral. Okay. All right. Okay. My friend is back. Who's my friend? Eddie. My friend is back. Pecan makes a hella good pies. They sure do, and I love it, but we call it pecan pie at Man Mountain Lake. We don't call it pecan. That might be a Tennessee thing. Oh yeah, I got another one, Eddie. I had 3 of them, paid $5 a piece, and I gave one to my granddaughter. I gave one to my grandson, and I had it listed for $18. And the other day I thought, you know what? He's kind of become a part of my show. I don't want to get rid of him. So I marked him up to $29, and as soon as I did it, he sold. So now my grandson gave me back that one. And so I put him up there just a little while ago while I was working around in the office. And I thought, all right. And JT loves him because he only eats half the Cheetos that the other one ate. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. For those of you that haven't been watching my channel, we joke all the time about alien abductions. And JT actually was taken to Nibiru, but they sent him back because he ate all the Cheetos and Dr. Pepper and harassed the alien ladies. So there you go. MML, a walrus seal. Too much testosterone. Yep. So I thought, you know what? I got to have him back. So my grandson wasn't playing with him, so he gave me back. Yes, I did. I bought a cap. That's the only cap I've ever bought from him, but I bought a Washington jacket from him, and I bought some stickers because he was sending me that Inaman, and I already have an Inaman that I bought from him a long time ago, and then I bought this. And then I bought stuff from John, Cincinnati Picker a couple times. I bought some from Matt. Oh, I don't watch Matt anymore, but I've bought some stuff from him, Part-Time Pickers, and Lonnie several times. And I'm giving away one of Lonnie's things that I bought. I hit 700 subs tonight, so I'm going to give away a couple of TheCapGuy caps, which aren't the best, but they are what they are. I had these made, and what they did was took my banner and just printed it and put it on a stick-on. But I figured, you know what? It's the TheCapGuy channel. I don't expect you're going to be wearing it. It is a brand new cap. But I'm going to give away a couple of these. I only have like 3 or 4 of them. And then I'm going to give away a Rugrats vintage watch that I bought 2 from Lonnie, and I'm going to give one of those away. And then I'm going to give away something in my store. Probably I'll set a dollar amount like I did when Chuck out Backroad Bidder won, and let you pick something out of my store. And I'll do that later this week. So watch my channel tomorrow, and I'll tell you what you need to do to be entered. And basically that'll just mean like the video, and I'll have you put a word in and be subscribed to the channel. And if you do those things, you got a chance to win. Typically there's about 25 or 30 people that enter, so you got a chance to win one of them, and you can only win once. So Man Mountain Link won't be happy. And I don't have any green ball jars. I don't have any Mr. Bean cars. I don't have any cigarette rollers. I don't have any Craftsman wrenches or tools or snap-ons or silver like worms. So MML's not going to be happy. Some jewelry. I know someone who's thousands of pieces. How many items do you have listed, Lissa? Yeah, they're limited edition, that's for sure, because they ain't gonna be there forever. Next time I buy stickers and ball caps, it'll be from somebody that knows what they're doing. That banner behind me, I only gave about $30, and I got it off Amazon, and I'm really impressed with that. It's a vinyl banner, and K&D Flips bought one too for his channel, and those are actually pretty cheap if you want one for your channel. They're about $35. That's not bad. It's not bad. Put a ring on it, Bobby. First edition cat guys, money in 2022. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think my channel will ever be that big. I'm not Harry Tornado. Yeah, I got to 700, and I appreciate everybody that did it. Helped me get there, and I appreciate Kevin Commonwealth Flipper Picker for giving me a boost today, and I really appreciate him. So where am I at now? Am I still at 700? Well, let's find out. Today's video wasn't the best. 701. I need to get to about 710 to feel safe, because tomorrow I'll wake up and be 650 or something. I just never know with YouTube. It gets frustrating. Only about 300. When I start my channel, I'm going to show the cases of stuff and have people tell me what I should put it up. 300 listings. Okay. All right. But how many do you sell, like, on average a day, Lissa? I mean, because it doesn't matter how many you have. It's what you got and what people want. Video games move really well for me, I think, probably more than anything. But, man, they can be a pain, and I've had some return, or it's kind of hurt me with some of that, especially PS2s. I hate PS2s. I mean, there's some valuable ones, but man, they're hard to. Them and Wii's are hard to get clean. Let's sign up my other personalities tomorrow. Okay. No. If I went you talking to me? If I went shirtless, I'd probably be up there with Harry Tornado. Especially if there was a lot of women at the nursing home watching me. I would. If y'all could get the YouTube channel of the Cap Guy at the nursing homes, I could be 75,000 in a week taking my shirt off. So, yeah, I do. Hopefully you don't get scammed. So, what's NGA? NGA. I don't know what NGA. Now, JT can go shirtless. He don't get in trouble. He don't have hair on his chest either, so I don't think I've ever looked. Hey, what's up, Mr. Julian? My buddy Julian. For those of you that are new to this channel, please check out Mr. Julian, 3Gen Hustle. Great guy. I want to shout out his daughter if he gives me her first name. I want her to see her name. I did it for my granddaughter today, and my daughter said Everly is kind of, I think she's from another planet. She's 3, and she's got this thing about, Mackenzie. Okay, I got to remember that. Anyway, she has this thing about holding a raw egg in her hand and watching TV. And she told me today she quit doing the raw eggs, and now she wants to hold a raw biscuit before it's cooked in her hand. And I'm laughing, and I said, well, did she watch the video today to see me? Because she always says Papa when she sees the video. And she said she was trying to show you and JT her biscuit because she said, there's Papa, and she's trying to show the biscuit like we're going to see it. And I'm thinking, you never know what's in a child's mind, especially at 3, what they're thinking. And here she is trying to show me something because I'm saying her name and showing her picture in the video. But Julian put out a video on Instagram the other day of his daughter, Mackenzie, and showed her watching the Cat Guy. And she was chuckling when we were chuckling and stuff. So I want to do shout-outs. And like I said earlier, if you have grandkids or kids or your significant other, you're going to be saying happy anniversary, happy birthday, or any other kind of shout-out, congratulations, whatever, let me know, and JT will be more than happy to do it. He works for tips, and mainly Cheetos and Dr. Pepper when he can get them from the aliens. And we'd be more than happy to do that. We want to have fun with this thing. And no, there's nothing like a kid. Back when I was younger, romper room was big, and the lady used to hold up the little magic mirror and go, I see Bobby and Sally and Ricky and Julian and Man Mountain Link. Well, she never said Man Mountain Link, but you know what I mean. And so she was just guessing, but she was catching some of them, and they were thinking, hey, she's talking to me. I can't get my hat right. And she was thinking they were talking to him, so I thought, you know what? Maybe I should do that, because Thrifting the Three Rivers shouted out her niece, and Karen told me that her granddaughter watches me. And so I thought, I'll just shout them all out and let them hear their own name. And then they know we're talking to them and JT's acknowledging them. So pretty cool. You get to watch what's sold, and they get to see JT and shout out their name. So let me know Instagram, on my channel, whatever, throw a name or whoever. Hey, if you want me to sing to your husband, JT will do it. He will do it. Happy birthday. You look like a monkey. You live in a zoo. I don't care what you want me to sing. We'll do it. We are not. We're just. I have no shame. I'll do it. So yeah, Mr. Romper Room. That's right. I'm a romper room doobie, a doobie all day long. I always do what's right. I never do anything wrong. I'm a romper room doobie. See, I have no shame, folks. No shame. Okay. Okay. Levi. Okay. And when do you want me to do that? Friday morning? In Friday morning's video, I will shout out Levi. And I'll do that Friday a.m. And Julie and I'll do Mackenzie in the morning. So Tuesday a.m. And good night, Linda. Thanks for coming in. Are you still shackled to a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5? Oh my goodness. For those of you who don't know, I am retired from UPS. After the Navy, I started in the trucking business or the transportation industry, and I worked for courier companies, LTL, truckload, lived all over the country, and I ended up retiring with UPS Freight. And now they've got sold out, so they're no longer going to be UPS Freight. They're going to be owned by a Canadian company. But my pension's with UPS, so I still get my check from Mr. Brown. Thank you, Mr. Brown. And I do this full time. So, Mr. Julian, how's your sales been? Oh, Friday. Yeah. Anybody else want a shout out? Let me know, and I will be more than happy to do it. Kids, grandkids, grandpa, grandma, happy 100th. Happy 100th, Lissa. Happy 102nd, MML. The state has me prisoner. I'll be 62. Well, I'm going to be 62 in April, Linda. And I was going to take Social Security, but because I made almost 100 grand on eBay, I decided I better not. Yeah, in South Carolina, we're in the 60s today, and we've had sun for the last few days, but we just climbed Sunday above freezing after a week of negative 14. And I mean, we've had more snow than I can ever remember. I mean, I lived in upstate New York. Oklahoma's never had this much snow in one season, and we had the second worst ice storm on record in October. So, in answer to your question, it's in the 60s. It'll be in the 60s tomorrow, and then it goes into the 40s, and then we'll be in the 50s and 40s, kind of bouncing back and forth. But it's getting there. We're getting close to spring, and that means yard sales. Horse racing commission. Okay. Oh, I won a pick six at Remington one time years ago. Pick six. That means you pick 6 winners in a row. Although they were all chalk favorites, but I'm still $800 off a $2 bet. Heat wave 23. Yeah, you can keep all that snow up there, Alyssa. Keep it. They haven't had a lot of snow in Ohio, and I know Julian got some up in PA in the Poconos, but yeah, I don't want any more snow. Yeah, Karen worked for Fleming, wasn't it, Karen? Fleming Foods. And now she owns a real estate brokerage. So, Linda, if you're looking for a house or you know anybody, call Karen. My daughter works for Karen, too. They're both realtors. See, I'm plugging you in real estate on my channel. Thanks, Julian. If you hadn't heard, I was on Kevin Commonwealth Flipper shouted me out today, and I was at 690, like 3 or something. And so I picked up the rest of them. I bought something from him, and he shouted me out, and he was in the chat earlier for a little while. So there you go. Who let the dogs out? Who? Oh. Anyway, So, Julian, how's things going with your channel with Sir Flips a Lot? He makes a lot of Instagram posts. I saw him on Instagram a bunch. And how's your sales, Mr. Julian? And by the way, folks, those of you that are not here regularly, every Wednesday I go live either on my channel with Angie Resells or on her channel. This week on Wednesday at 7 Central will be on my channel. If you do, I'll find that sub and sink it, or I'll tell the Russians where you're at. Kidding. I would never do that. I'm actually at 701, so you'd only make it 700. You'd have to find somebody else there, NGA. You never know about them fire control control technicians. Happy thrifting. Yeah, don't stay away from Goodwill Yukon. They've raised their prices on everything. They've got Abercrombie for $15 a shirt. Video games are $5 or more. And the other day they had a Disney Treasures Pluto DVD set that sells for $60. They didn't catch that one. I got it for $202. 19 over the weekend. Good deal, Julian. Good deal. I would say go to Mustang. There's a bunch on MacArthur that are pretty good, Linda. And then the one on Northwest Expressway is kind of hit and miss. But they get some pretty good stuff. Edmond should have some pretty good stuff in their stores. There's just so many people thrifting now and reselling. For me, it's more estate sales and yard sales and these country town sales. Like Duncan in July, the world's largest garage sale. If you've never been, you need to put it on your calendar. We went last year, and it was exactly as they stated. We didn't even scratch the surface of all the yard sales. And Surrey Hills last year they had over 150 yard sales in that one subdivision on their, how the communities do their yard sales every year. Well, they had a bunch, and I probably hit 50 of them that day because I'm an early starter on yard sales. So, not to give it away, Linda, but I don't mind the competition because I'm going to be out there early too. And you can't get it all. So I don't know what all you sell other than Longaberger baskets, but you can have all the china, and the only porcelain type stuff I sell is Lennox Jewel Collection. When I find it, I find that. But I don't mess with other plates and all that kind of stuff. I deal with other hard goods. I don't like shipping breakables too much. Estate sales, especially estate sales that are family run, that's where I get the most bang for the buck because they're going to give it to you to get rid of it at a good price. Company run ones, not too good. Most of them. No, we went to east of Stillwater to a ghost town a while back and made a video, and we went into Guthrie on the way back and hit them, but we didn't find much in Guthrie. But I do love estate sales, especially like that one where I got all these ball caps up here, these vintage ball caps, 50 cents a piece. Family run estate sales, yeah, they're the best. They're the best. And, not everybody knows what they got, but a lot of people are figuring out, you know what that sells for on eBay? That's $50. Okay, is that sold or listed? Because there's a difference. You almost have to educate the people having yard sales too, don't we, folks? But that's why I like doing bundle deals, because if you're going to buy it individually, you're going to lose or not make much. But if you bundle it, you can make some pretty good money. I've made a ton off Ninja Turtles from the 80s and 90s. Of course, ball caps, video games. If you watch my channel, you know all that stuff. Yeah, garage sales. And like I said, I get there. It'd be dark. If it starts at 7, I'm there at 6:30 waiting on them to open the door. But then so are 5 or 6 other people. So there's a lot of people doing this now in YouTube. I saw some people complaining the other day on YouTube channels about this and saying this is where on not on YouTube, but on Facebook, eBay sites like RVA Flips and thrifting and stuff, and they're talking about how us YouTubers are messing it up for everybody else, kind of like Storage Wars did for and American Pickers did for the storage unit people. I'm like, no, folks, there's so much stuff out there that's being thrown away free or given at a good price. There's plenty for everybody. So I don't mind sharing some of the things. I do keep a couple of things under my hat. Like Lonnie will never give up his source, and he's got a great source. But, some people chastise him for it, and I'm like, hey, if you could get that guy, you'd take him too. So just take what you can get, and if it works for you and you can make money, it's all about running a business. Right, Julian? And that was a good thing about living in Australia, in Phoenix, because there's so many retirees there, and I would assume the same in Florida and stuff. There's a lot of estate sales and places to get good stuff. But in Arizona, they don't observe daylight savings, so it gets light at like 5:30 in the morning. You better be up and out there at 5:30 in the morning. And a lot of vacation properties, really nice vintage. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got a bunch off those trains and stuff there, Julian. Hey, Julian, did you ever get that claim? Did they ever pay you on that ship that you sold that got damaged? Did you? I'm just curious. Um, yeah, and I talk to everybody. When I go to a yard sale or even a thrift store, I don't tell them exactly what I do. Oh, you didn't get paid, man. I'm sorry. He went to, and if y'all have ever seen Julian's video, he tore a couch apart to package and ship a really nice big Navy ship, and it got damaged, and he never got his money. Dang, off that claim. I forgot what I was talking about now, but don't you hate it when you're talking and you forget something because you think of something else? When you get my age, you'll know what I'm talking about. And anyway, yeah, I mean, you gotta get up early. You gotta get up early if you want to get the good stuff. And you'll still find stuff if you go later. But estate sales company run, probably best to just go the last day, see what you can get cheap. I did see that Kevin Commonwealth Flipper has a Sherpa vintage Levi's from the 80s jean jacket, and he's got it for $50. And I found one the other day for $7. Exact same one, except his is a 44, mine's a 42, and I've got mine for like 89. So maybe I'm a little too high priced on that one. But hey, I'll come down at some point. His train of thought derailed. Yes. MML, when you get my age, you will understand that wholeheartedly. My mind just works in too many directions at once. That's why you hear the humor that you hear from me. Because I have so much useless information in my head. I'll be talking about something, and then my mind will go, oh, what about over here? Let's go to this track. But it ain't derailed there, MML. It's just going down another track. They do switch tracks. Yeah, and but if you live in South Carolina and Jay Flipper, you got a lot of like Amazon and those places that Harry Tornado goes to get that stuff, like Crazy Casboys down in Florida and stuff. Yeah, I talk to everybody. And try to get them to deal, and I don't mind telling them afterwards I'm a reseller. But in North Georgia, okay. I don't know if they have. Do you have the bins, or do you have some of those Amazon outlets or Crazy Casboys near you? If you do, those are some opportunities those I don't have. We don't have that kind of stuff here, but we do have a fantastic Goodwillbins. That's pretty good, and it's all sorted. It's not like a lot of the ones I see on YouTube. They're all mixed up with everything. Ours are separated: books in one area, shoes in another area, clothing, and all the hard goods and sheets and pillowcases and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of Amazon resellers that go in there just for the books. And that's fine. They can have all them books they want. No, Georgia. That's where Miss Journey lives, is in Georgia. Oh, you're in the country. Okay. Well, my family, on my stepdad's side, originated in Oglethorpe County, Georgia, when they came over. I'll tell people. Oh, that's a good thing, to build relationships with people. I bought something from a guy the other day, some wrestling figures and G.I. Joe type stuff and some Pokemon cards. And he cleans out storage units, and I think he got a little bit better of the deal after I went through everything. I have sold some of it, and I might get my money back. But he said he would keep me in mind when he gets video games because he likes to get rid of them. So if you can find a guy or a gal that you can buy consistently from, I mean, John has somebody, Cincinnati Picker. So did Lonnie, of course, has probably the best situation. Of course, Danny, Pequot Reseller, sells to John a lot, so he gets a lot of good stuff. So, yeah, if you can find somebody that'll call you on a regular basis and don't care about that stuff, that's the best world to have. Run by bored rich trophy wives and one naughty little guy. Look at his parents. Oh. Well, maybe, listen, maybe you could sell a possum for pretty good money and ship him down to MML since they get along with cats. Put it in the box with the cookies, although the cookies probably won't be there by the time they get to him. Oh, there you go. There you go, NGA. Yep, that'd be a good one. Like I said, I've got a lady that does storage cleanouts that calls me from time to time, and when she's going to have a yard sale, she'll call me and let me know the day before, so I can go over and look it over before she opens it up and pick what I want. Typically shoes, and I was buying puzzles during the lockdown, and very rarely video games. I bought a few, but once in a while I'll find some pretty good stuff. And then she had a really vintage scale, the old scales, like the produce scales, you used to hang on chains, and I bought one of those, and it was her parents, and I sold that for like $90. So those are good things to have. On Clubhouse, I've never heard of Clubhouse. What is that, Julian? Oh, I just realized what the NGA flipper is, North Georgia. Man, I'm slow. Them surface sailors, right? NGA. Us surface sailors, we just ain't as smart as you Trident subsailors. That's why they got all the best movies and steaks and lobster and all that stuff more regularly than we did. Ice cream machines. Yeah. But you got to give it to the people that are going to go down. Boop, 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 boop. I bet your favorite movie is The Fish of Mr. Limpet, right? With Don Knotts. uh, Tracy Parks. Tracy Parks and Tommy Bernard. Yeah, I don't know what Clubhouse is. You have to let me know, Julian. I'm not sure what that is. There's a few other sites that I haven't been on, High Bids, and I've checked out Goodwill.com, but not in depth. And I know MML's done some of the government liquidator stuff, and we actually have that here in Oklahoma. Down Periscope. Okay, there you go. Not they were expendable or any of those. No. Of course, those were old diesel boats, so they had a few of them left when I was in, but they don't anymore, obviously. For my iPhone only be invite only, kind of like a bunch of YouTube lives going on all the time. Okay. I have an iPhone. Might have to check that out. I mean, I'm not going to talk bad about any YouTube channels. There are some YouTube channels I don't watch because I don't like how they kind of act. I mean, if you're down to earth, good old person and I think you're sincere, I'll watch it, I'll support you. But if you're somebody that's kind of, you know, standoffish and kind of, for lack of a better word, stuck up or think you're better than everybody else, I don't watch you. I don't care how big you are. So I'm just straight up. But, and I know I'm not the best videographer or YouTuber out there by far. I just try to make you chuckle, make your day, and show you what I sold and tell you exactly what I paid and where I got it and how much I made. And I do that on every item. I don't hide anything. I don't give you the highlights or the best stuff. I'm just transparent as heck. And if something bad happens, I tell you that too, because I mean, that's how you're going to learn. And for those of you who already know how to do this, you're not learning anything. You may pick up a tip or here or two, but I'm going to learn from you as well. And but there's no fake here. I'm just going to tell you what it is, and this is something I wouldn't do, and this is something I would do. And just like the algorithm with eBay that I've been talking about for a few weeks now, I'm telling everybody about it. I don't care if you make money off of it, make money off of it. But I have seen a lot of people make money doing it, so it's got to be something to it. We'll see. Yeah, I don't have an Android. My daughter does, but I have. Thank you, Julia. I appreciate it. I mean, you know, life's about going one day at a time and taking taking things as they come. Things are going to happen to you, and life is not easy. But it definitely wasn't for me growing up. But you know what? Things are going to happen, and you just got to let them go and move on. If you worry about everything, life will eat you alive. And so you just have to. And I like being transparent, and if I can help you, I'll help you. Is that a sale, or is that just a, dang it, I didn't hear a cha-ching behind. Oh, wait, there it goes. Okay. I just sold the Carpenter's 8-track tape lot. Don't overlook 8 tracks. $2,000 for 3 Carpenter's 8-track tapes. Okay, I'm lying. Okay, it's $15. But hey, guess what? I paid a quarter a piece for them. I have sold Def Leppard for $50 though on 8-track. Do not pass on 8 tracks. And I gotta get my box out. I was in a estate sale the other day, and they had Metallica and Judas Priest and all these $65 and stuff. And I'm thinking, I got all that stuff in my stuff that I've had. I mean, I've got Jackson 5 from the 60s when I was in 5th grade, because Michael Jackson to me, he's like less than a year older than me, or was. Records, originals that were mine that I bought in the record store. I still have all that stuff. And I've got all the Def Leppard, Earth, Wind and Fire, Journey, Scorpions, all that stuff. I've got the original records. I need to pull them out and sell them bad boys. So, but yeah, I got a lot of 60s Puppy Love, Donny Osmond, Bobby V, Take Good Care of My Baby, You're 16, Johnny Burdette. I got a bunch of that stuff. So, there you go. The Quicker Flipper Picker Upper in 2019. Man, that is a mouthful. Thanks for coming in, my friend. I appreciate you. eBay stores by chance. I know. You know, I don't review, but I could if you want me to. I am not, and if anybody here knows me, if you go back and look at some of my listings, I have 3,600 listings. Some of my pictures are horrible. I've just in the last year really started trying to improve my pictures, but I don't go to the detail that some people do, trying to get shadows out and buying all these fancy things. My setup is right here. Oops, I'm going to try to turn my computer. It's a piece of 3-ply cardboard that I get at Dollar General or Dollar Tree. Trifold, it's about $2. Some white-based poster board and lights. And they're just simple lights. And I take my pictures right there. I do take a lot of pictures of my items. Because the more pictures you take, the less chance you're going to have of a return if you're transparent with what you're selling. And that's my system. Now, on clothes, I hang them up on a hanger on the top of that thing and take pictures of the tag and the fronts and the backs. But I don't get all fancy in lighting and spend hundreds of dollars on lighting. Yeah, actually, those I found at yard sales. That ring light, I got a ring light back there behind the job by the John Deere side. I got that on Amazon. It was about $30, and I've only used it once. I got to need to do it. But at yard sales, sometimes you'll find some pretty good lighting. And one of these is just a little ring light, and it's got a magnifier on the top of it. I paid probably $3 at a yard sale for it. And then there's another little one here that I did buy on eBay or Amazon, one of those. That's cheap. But you just want to get light on it, and like I said, I used to not. I mean, my pictures were taken with the shades and a George Strait picture in the background. I mean, sometimes my feet were in the picture. So yeah, I'm not the best, so I wouldn't say I would quicker flipper. I wouldn't ask me about that, but I'm learning, and that's what you need to do as you get into this, watching. And I would definitely suggest some of the people that do really well with their pictures. I know Lonnie does real good with it, but yeah, the lights from Walmart, yeah. I mean, you're not going to get every shadow out of your light. I don't care if you spend $500 on lighting, but how you set up your shoes and your clothing, and like I said, I just think I'm real anal with pictures. I take a lot of pictures, even of a video game. So if I'm taking a picture of a video game, I actually open it up, take everything out of it, and set it down, and then I look down on it, kind of an angle, and I have the disc laying flat, the manual if there's a manual, and the case open like that, and then I'll turn and take a picture of the back of the case up close, and then I'll take a picture of the disc on both sides and the manual up close, and so I don't just leave it laying flat and take a picture of the front and the back and go, okay, that's it. I do take pictures of everything. The more pictures you take, the better it's going to help you and make people determine, do I want that? And on video games, the ones I do test that are high value, I actually, when I'm testing them, I take pictures of the video game being played so they can see that it does work. Because everybody puts like tested and cleaned and all that. I do have a JFJ Pro and I do clean them regardless of the value, but I don't test them all because I got too many. But the ones that I do test, I take pictures while I'm playing them so they see it in action so they know that it works. And they're not going to be one of these, hey, it didn't work, I want to send it back. Nah. Yeah. And I agree, in North Georgia there. I agree. More pictures that you can do, the better. And even with ball caps, if I get a ball cap, I'm taking a picture of the front. I use a glass head. I take a picture of the front. I take a picture of the side, the back, and if there's a logo, I take a close-up. The other side, and then I flip it over and I take the inside. I take this part if it's used because they want to see the condition and any tags that are in it and the inside of the foam if it's an old foam cap. I mean, I'm giving you everything because I want you to know you need to be an informed buyer. And natural light's good too if you've got enough of it in where you're at to do it. Yes, I agree, Julian. Yes, and Julian, for those of you who don't know, Julian was into marketing and he also was in producing music and some big names. And Julian, you can speak to that. But if you haven't checked out Mr. 3Gen Hustles, Julian's channel, very humble, very nice guy, great family man, and lives in the Poconos in PA, and he has a lot of knowledge, a lot better videographer and editor than I'll ever be. So he knows a lot about that stuff. I wish I knew half of that stuff. I just learned editing not too long ago on how to do a Canva and do a tag, and I'm still not great at it, but I'm learning as I go. So the only thing I wished about YouTube is because I love to sing with JT and stuff. If they would let me do some of the music, and some of the people that do reviews on music get away with some of it, but every time I do, I get a copyright strike. But if I could play music in the background and actually sing or have JT sing, I would do a lot of that stuff because I love music. I'm a huge, especially old school R&B, Shylights, Stylistics, Drifters, Lionel Richie, Barry White, Al Green, all that stuff. The OJs, Journey, Eagles, Bee Gees. I'm a music fanatic. 80s, Duran Duran, Styx, AC/DC. I like all music. You're welcome, Julian, and I don't just say it. I only say it if it's true, and it is. There's a lot of great people in this community that help each other, and not just, hey, what's up, Jimmy? Jimmy's in here. We've been on here for almost 3 hours just chatting. And in case Jimmy hadn't heard, I hit 700 tonight. I appreciate everybody. And Kevin Commonwealth Flipper shouted me out, so that helped me. And let me see if I've lost any, because Jimmy probably unsubscribed since he heard that. I'm kidding, Jimmy. I'm kidding. Hey, I'm at 701. Have y'all had the same issues with USPS? I got more packages delayed right now than I did at Christmas time. And I only had to eat one at Christmas time. But man, I've got tons of people screaming. And I didn't have anybody scream at Christmas time. And I know the weather, they can't help it, but man, I've got people in Florida that go, there's no bad weather here. Okay, well, I can't help that it's on the way there. But I'm having stuff as old as the 13th that still ain't arrived. So I got a neutral today, Julian, when they didn't even contact me. And I contacted eBay for business on Facebook, and they told me once it delivered, they would remove it. So I'll have to check that out, Jimmy. But yeah, they told me Nana lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Julian. Because if I lived near Julian, he'd be helping me too, because I'd be asking for all that editing help. But did you dispute it, Lissa? That's crazy. Yeah, like I said, I contacted them. They said when it delivers, then I can get it removed. So I didn't know if they were going to protect us like they did at Christmas time as far as removing negatives, because I'm in jeopardy now of losing my top seller status. And Angie said the same thing, I heard. So, and Kevin, at Christmas time, I think he lost his. And I'm assuming he got it back. But, man, that just sucks, because I know Rally Roots did a negative video on on eBay. And they actually contacted him. Of course, he's got a following that would be scary enough, I guess you'd contact him to try to work it out. But I haven't been real happy with eBay here lately, and I've been an eBay reseller for a long time. But they've got to start thinking more about the people that are making them money, which is us, sellers, making them a ton of money, and they need to really change some of the things that they do that don't benefit us. And I'm saying if we're honest and we're doing what we're supposed to do and shipping on time, and I ship every day, including Saturday. But if we're doing the right thing, then they should back us. If we're not, then I understand. But I'm not doing anything to try to hide anything to sell something or scam anybody. Wow. See, and mine showed process through Oklahoma City, but they don't show departing. Some do and some don't. And that's where I'm worried, Eddie, but yeah, matter of fact, I'm just going to look and see, because there's one in particular. I got a really nice vintage Dale Earnhardt Sr. leather ball cap that I negotiated and sold, and the guy has not got it. And he asked me about it, and I told him, I said, it's on the way, man, but with all the problems they've had. Yes, I agree, North Georgia. That's exactly what I'm saying is we are their customer. And I'm from UPS, so believe me, I understand. When customers were mad, they screamed at me, and I was in sales, but they screamed at me because I was their rep. So, you think when you own your own business, you're not going to have to deal with people, but you do. You still have to deal with your customers. And I don't mind that because I know I'm up front, but that don't mean you're going to please everybody. But I try. Yeah, see, it departed on the 13th, and it still hasn't shown an update, but it does show severe weather delay may be delaying. But no, I looked into it, Julian, but when I heard all the things about being gated and all that stuff, I thought, I don't want to take the time because I have so much on eBay with the 3,600 listings that I don't have time to go through and then be gated and told I can't sell that on Amazon and all their little rules. And I realize there's some pros and cons to it, just like Poshmark and oh wow. Well, what are you selling? Are you selling new stock or used stock? Like I said, I know a lot of people from the bins that sell books on Amazon, but when they say I make $5, $3, $8, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it is unobtainable. But I try, and I've got 99.7 feedback, but I've gotten a couple of negatives and I've got 4 neutrals right now, and I have never had more than 1 or 2 in a year. But the last couple of months, people are just getting ridiculous. And like I said, I'll fight them if I think I'm right, but don't mean you're always going to win. So that's the problem. If somebody gives you an INAD, there's nothing you can do about it, and it's all their opinion, and they'll tell you that on eBay. But there are other options. We're used to there wasn't any other option than eBay. So like Amazon and Poshmark, Mercari, and a lot of people are turning to Facebook too. There's some negatives to everything, but I like selling on eBay. I just don't like all the things that I see. Okay. And are you doing them FBA, or are you sending them in and letting them fulfill it, or are you shipping from your home? Because I'd rather ship them to them and let them distribute them, but I know they get more money by doing that. Yeah, Angie Resells did a video on Facebook Marketplace about a week or 2 ago. So, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, some people are understanding Quicker Flipper. There are people that are, but there's a lot of people that aren't too. And during Christmas, I heard the horror stories of people, but I only had one. And then I picked up a tip from a YouTuber that said that they did these lost claim reports with USPS, and they found all my packages. The only one I didn't find was a video game, and the guy had actually asked to cancel it after I had shipped it because I shipped it same day that he bought it, and then I had to give him his money back, and he got to keep it. And it was only like $13, but there were some other people I'd heard lost a ton of money at Christmas. So I was lucky that people weren't opening cases, but this time I'm worried because I don't know how they're going to protect us if they will. And that won't make me happy if they don't, because I can prove I shipped it, and I scan every package at the post office every day regardless, even though I ship it from my home and get the discounts on eBay. Warehouse fees. Julian, I think North Georgia Flipper's asking you about warehouse fees on Amazon. And maybe, Julian, that's a good idea for a video on Amazon on how to ship on Amazon and sell on Amazon for you to do. These how-to videos can be pretty good. I did one on cleaning ball caps a few weeks ago, and it's got some pretty good response. And also, I did some videos for a week on the top 5 items I sold last year: plush, makeup, ball caps, which was my number 1 item. I made over $5,000 on ball caps. video games, and there was one other thing I sold a lot of. Simpsons stuff. A lot of Simpsons stuff. So I won't be sure until 30-day mark. 50% of sales. Okay. All right. Good. Maybe you need to make a video on that, Julian, and a how-to, and grab some people from that, and I'll watch it and check it out. I know there's YouTubes and things like that, and other how-to videos on it, and I've watched a few, but it's just, I think my biggest issue with Amazon is the gating and not being able to sell certain things, and it changing all the time. So yeah, and I'm like, George, I've heard some stories, and I'm like, at least on eBay, I know I can sell just about anything that I want to sell. Other than, and some of that's even crazy. I've sold P90X and some of the other, Zumba stuff, and then the next time I get it taken down and get threatened to get banned, and I'm like, there's a bunch of them on there, but it's all about the title or saying things like Velcro and all the Vero stuff that they have. There's another sale. Let's see what I sold this time. A Hanna-Barbera vintage Flintstones snapback cap. I think I have 2 of those. Don't pass on ball caps, folks. There's money in ball caps. Yeah, I'm like you, Jimmy. I'm not sure I would jump into it. And I know a lot of people talk about sharing and crossing over, but if you've got 400 items, you could probably do that. I got 3,600 items. There's no way I could remember to pull everything off of every platform that I share on. And I just don't want to. I mean, I work 7 days a week already. I don't want to do this and kill myself. Because I can list fast with my iPhone. I can do 40 a day easy in just a couple hours, depending on what it is. But for the most part, just about anything. But man, then you got to store it, you got to inventory it, you got to ship it, you got to deal with the customer service. The sourcing part is the funnest part of it. And then making YouTube videos on top of that, and that's why I don't take 4 hours to edit a video. I do it in about an hour. Film it, edit it, show everything. Bonanza is another one I've heard a lot about. And I know I've heard, I think Lonnie, I know Kevin's talked about it. I need to check out Bonanza. I haven't done any Bonanza. Order 10 units. Okay. All right. See, and you got to pay them to get them gated to sell in that category. There better be a pretty good profit margin for me to pay somebody to let me sell in that category. But I do understand. I mean, there are some things, like somebody said, that if eBay's slow, go over to Mercari or some of those. But I tried Poshmark with purses, and all I got, because like any platform, if you're doing even eBay, you're not going to get a lot of listings, and you're going to get scams in the beginning because you don't have a lot of feedback. And that's what happened to me on Poshmark. I was getting all kinds of scams. Hey, contact me at my Gmail and I'll pay you, and offered me $10 for a Prada purse. And I'm like, yeah, this ain't for me, because you got to get a following. Kind of like Instagram, you got to get a following. And the way I get followings on Instagram is go to big channels and just follow everybody that's following them. And it's helped a little bit. You learn these little tricks to try to figure out how to get people to follow you. And some people don't pay attention to you, and some people, well, you know what, I might check that out. So you gotta just spend the time. Yeah. Yeah, it's like Walmart, how they drive all their vendors down in profit to get shelf space, and grocery stores do the same thing. If you want the good shelves, you got to pay up. So everything's kind of crazy. Yeah, and that's the other thing you got to look at on Amazon. You got to look at the sell through and how many items that are on there. So if there's like 500, then you got a chance. But if there's 20 million on there, then you may not want to pick that item up and sell it, because it's just, there's so much to it. And being retired and getting a pension, I don't have to do it. And I'm not one of these young fellas or women that are like rally roots that are pushing to grow into like coffee makers and selling bulk items. I don't have that anymore. I work hard and I have a strong work ethic, but man, one at a time picks, and sometimes when I find one I can get 10 of and skew it up and sell it, bobble or Funko Pops or knife sets, I'll do that. But man, I don't. I got so much already with my death pile. I have no problem sourcing, so that's not my issue. It's just getting time to list it, put it up, and then finding places to put it. Maybe a sheds in the future if I keep doing this. But I'm older than all you guys. It's been a great conversation. I thought, man, for a live, I've been on here 3 hours, and I know it's getting late. It's almost midnight. It's 11 o'clock my time, Julian. It's midnight where you live. And same with you, North Georgia. Jimmy's an hour behind us in Mr. Colorado. Melissa, I think you're on Eastern time too, in Ohio, aren't you? I think so. I think anything past Chicago is Eastern time. So I'm going to end this broadcast here, folks. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the new subscribers. I'm going to check out some of the new channels that I've discovered, and I hope y'all go back and watch some of mine. Check out some of the other people that have videos and channels. And yeah, I need to do a better of that, Julian. I'm going to do that. I'm going to promise to do that this week. Go through it a little deeper and not just a quick snapshot of it and show you. But I haven't been the best at keeping it up. No, I don't put anything on Pinterest. I'm not really familiar with Pinterest, Quicker Flipper. But yeah, I'm gonna do not by much. Well, I'll be 62 in April, just so you know. So I do need to show my inventory. And again, I keep all my stuff in my house, and I do live alone. So I have I have one bedroom dedicated to it, and then I have some inventory in here that I'm trying to list. A bunch of video games. I had over 600 that I hadn't listed, and then I have some of my garage, and I do keep my car in there, so I have shelving in there, and then that's where most of my death pile is. But yeah, it does, and it's not all the 3,600 items. April the 2nd, Julian, I'm an Aries. Almost a fool. Don't say nothing, anybody. Don't say nothing. But yeah, I have a ton of stuff in there, but I'll do a video on that. So, oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, you're not far behind me, man. It flies. Just yesterday, I think I was 18, like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, walking down the sidewalk in New York with the pails of paint, and I was 18 that year. So I remember the discos because this guy played in a bunch of them. Dancing, I'm saying. I didn't play in them. I danced. But I did play. Yeah. So, anyway, I better get off that one. But I love the disco years. 36. And my oldest daughter's 30, should be 35, born in 86. So that means you were born in 85, right, Julian? Yeah. You're born in 85. I was married in 85. Didn't get married till I was 27, out of the Navy for a few years. 26, I'm sorry. 26. So, there you go. Folks, again, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the new subscribers. Thanks for getting me to 700. And tomorrow morning, we'll talk about it after our Pet Shop Boys song that we've already recorded. And there you go. Thanks again, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'd love to be 36 again. I don't know. I don't want to work again like I did. But I'd like to be young again, that's for sure. Yep, that is a good one. Good stuff. Love them BGs. Good night, folks. Thanks again for coming.